Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies to same item. Current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
Come up to meet ya, tell ya I'm sorry. You don't know how lovely you are. I had to find you, tell you I need you, tell you I set you apart. Tell me your secrets, ask me your questions. Oh, let's go back to the start. Running in circles, coming of tails, headed on a science part.
Nobody said it was easy. It's such a shame for us to part. Nobody said it was easy. No one ever said it would be this hard. Oh, take me back to the start. Whoa, ha, ha, whoa, ha. Whoa, ha, ha, whoa, ha. Whoa, ha, ha, whoa, ha, ha, ha. Whoa, ha, ha, whoa, ha. Whoa, ha, whoa, ha, ha. Whoa, ha, whoa, ha, 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 ha.
Whoa, ha, whoa, ha, 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 ha. Whoa, ha, ha, whoa, ha, whoa, ha, ha, whoa, ha. Whoa, ha, whoa, ha, ha, whoa, ha, ha. Whoa, ha, ha, whoa, ha, whoa, ha, ha, ha. Whoa, ha, 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 whoa, ha, ha, ha.
Wow. That was the guitar.
Yeah.
I'm up to meet you, tell you I'm sorry, you don't know how lovely.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another black-ass episode of Jaden XD.
Hello, guten Morgen, guten evening.
Yes.
Yeah,
Bon
nigga.
nuit, bonsoir, you know.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah.
You're...
You know, all that.
Mm-hmm, yes.
Welcome back to another episode. How you is, how you be. I am your host, XD, along with...
Oh, nigga, I thought you was about to go into AKAs.
Not yet.
Oh, that's not my name,
I'm
by
saving.
the way. My name's
Yeah.
Jade. But,
I'm saving those for...
Ah!
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we got to get on the same good foot, good page, all of that, and all that jazz.
Yeah.
All right, nigga. Well, how you doing? How was your holiday weekend?
It was cool. I didn't do anything. I looked at furniture. I did some furniture shopping.
Yeah.
Because even though I DIY'd my couch, I'm over it still, and now I want a new one.
It be like that sometimes.
Yeah, I was just frustrated because I had went over to my best friend Kyle's house and his fiance Oliver.
Okay.
Yeah. And so they had this beautiful, beautiful long, like seafoam green couch from Wayfair. Oh, it was so pretty. I should take a picture.
Oh, yes.
And, but yeah, so that inspired. So now I've been trying to find Restoration Hardware copies of the Cloud couch.
Okay.
Right. Now, I've seen a whole bunch of like Pinterest women's, recreated on their own. But I'm really not that kind of, that's not my tea. You know what I mean?
Real.
Like my DIY clearly didn't work out enough for me to keep this fucking couch. So, so I need to. So yeah, I'm just trying to find a different way because I need a deeper couch where I could just sink into. Because now I'm finding myself being in my bedroom all the time, which is not cool.
Okay, no, that's fair.
Bedrooms
don't
are
want
meant
that.
for sleeping and for adult activity.
That's valid, friend.
Yeah. But other than that, shit's been cool. It's been hot as balls.
Yes, it has.
I've people are like,
heard.
are you going to the beach? Mm-mm.
I have heard, we've all seen what's going on in California right now, and, all the prayers and things for you all, because, nigga, Shar posted a screenshot of 111 degrees, and I said, oh, no. I know XD is out there cussing.
Too hot. This town is too hot. Now they're calling.
Oh, listen. And mind you, so we get like electric bills bi-monthly, like every other month. Mm-hmm. So I only get billed 6 times a year. I know that my electricity bill is going to be like the tax of like Romania.
Nigga, you better start saving like taxes.
Oh, nigga, I'm about to start an OnlyFans because I refuse.
Yeah, show
to
big
go.
toes to pay for your air. You better do it.
Oh, listen, I'm showing all the ankle. You hear me?
XD showing feet in racist chats. Can you imagine?
Right. I don't give a fuck. Whatever pays this $9 million electricity bill.
I'm going to start the rumor.
I'm in racial chat room showing feet. I think about that joke way too often.
Well, let me explain how I literally just told somebody about that this weekend. Like, I just...
Oh, my gosh. You just up in chat rooms just showing feet? Up in racial chat rooms just showing feet?
I heard bitches is showing feet in racist chats.
Yeah. Oh my gosh!
That will literally never ever not be funny in my life.
No, because it just be like, oh, you just be showing feet in racial chat,
and then I immediately get the image of where she posted that picture of her little swollen piggies, and I
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Oh my god!
How was your Kend?
I thought we already talked about this.
No, and because I live in Hollywood now, I feel like I could say, how was your Kend? Did you have a cool Kend?
How do we find compromise? Because I don't live...
I really wish you have to watch BoJack Horseman, as dark and a horrible cartoon as it is.
Well,
it makes sense why Mr. Peanut Butter says Kend, and why I firmly believe that Mr. Peanut Butter and Will Smith are the exact same person.
I still have to go prove this theory to myself, so I'm going to watch it. And we will talk about it one day. XD and I have a laundry list. I told her and she screamed.
Yeah, it was Crystal. Yeah.
She was thoroughly entertained and said that was a very spot on comparison. And so therefore I will watch the show about animals who talk like humans.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. We'll talk about it later, though. It was actually very, very good and everything that I needed. But we are going to actually make that a part of the episode. You just told me about your time of buying furniture. I refuse. So...
Yeah, before we go, I just blanked out what I was about to say. Listen to us anywhere and everywhere. please continue to support us on Patreon. As you see, Quarantine Blastix is back.
Yeah, no, we be trying to please everybody. Like, we gonna have some drag race episodes for the drag race people. We got Quarantine Blastix for people who's waiting for that. XD and I are about to start covering a new show. Marrying Millions is what.
Yeah, Jade's never seen it,
Haven't.
and we need to get her indoctrinated into Bill and Brianna. I think I've talked about it here on the show before, but also you need to get in. You need to learn about Desiree and Rodney.
Yeah, anytime you got a nigga named Rodney involved, it's probably about to be something interesting.
It's nothing that you would expect. I'll tell you that.
I had a crush on a nigga named Rodney in 9th grade.
That makes sense for you.
Mm-hmm.
Rodney always seems like if a nigga I know is named Rodney, I knew they grew up with silver teeth. You know what I mean? They've always been a knucklehead. I've always
been a Rodney type of bitch. It was a nigga named Wayne in 8th grade. It was a nigga named Rodney in 9th grade. It's always,
Yeah,
I have always subscribed to the Silver Teeth Coalition.
Yeah, those are dirty nigga names.
It was until I got married, actually.
Institutionalized black names. You know what I mean?
You want to know what's so funny is when I first heard, when me and Tristan first met each other, he asked me my name, and I was like, Jade. And he was like, I like that name. That's nice. I said, well, what's your name, nigga? He said, Tristan. I said, Tristan, that's a nice name. So then the next time when I started at the job, I didn't remember anybody's name that I'd met before except for the manager I interviewed with. And then I saw him and I was like, oh, what's up, Tristan? And he was like, oh, you remember the nigga's name? I was like, well, it's a nice name.
Yeah. Names are important.
They are.
That's
Between
why I like
having nice names and both of us having watched Killer Season, it was like a match made in Schnebbit.
We were in the bed and we were talking about how people ain't born with biblical names anymore. And I was like, yes, they are. They just all play football and they're all in Florida.
No,
there's always some nigga. Yeah, there's always a nigga named Ezekiel.
I was about to say Hezekiah.
Yeah. Always for the Minnesota Vikings.
Elijah.
Hezekiah. Yeah. Hezekiah Jenkins III.
Yeah. Elijah Woods.
Yeah. Coming up at 6'5" and 310. Defensive tackle.
We got a set of brothers. Everybody played in the NFL. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
Mm-hmm. Both him and their grandmother raised them.
We got any new Solomons?
Yeah.
Is there any Solomons born in 2020?
No. No. Or a Saul. You know what I mean?
Nigga, I'm trying to figure out if I ever knew a Saul.
I wasn't born at that time. That was a different time. That was a whole different set of war.
I should call my mom right now and be like, you ever know a nigga named Saul? But if
you gotta ask your grandmother. You gotta ask your grandmother if she knows somebody named Saul. Your mother's too young.
You know what? I'm about to call my grandma. Hold on.
Yeah, grandmothers always know if they're Saul.
Hold on, I'm dead.
Because that is an old N-word name.
Let me see here. Hey, Grandma. What you doing?
The fact that you can hear her.
Oh.
And this is something for me because I do not watch this mess because it makes me mad.
What you?
Me too.
It makes me mad, and I'm sitting up here watching this like an idiot.
I have a question for you.
Okay, I'm confessing how stupid I am this afternoon, baby.
No, Grandma, no, you're not. You said you watch it MSNBC.
Yeah, stupid
I I have a question. I'm trying to prove a point that certain names are not brought into a newer generation.
Okay.
Have you ever known somebody named Saul?
Then who?
Named Saul, like in the Bible, Saul.
Saul? No, I've never known nobody named Saul.
Okay, all right.
She too young.
Well, you're too young as well. Okay. I know that's a very random question, but I'll explain it later.
Okay. Whose family is he supposed to be in?
Well, I don't know. No, I'm not saying anybody specifically. I'm just wondering if you've ever known anybody in this world, even in passing, named Saul. What we're trying to figure out is if any like names, if they stop at certain generations or if they're brought into new generations. There's
Oh,
no.
I see what you're saying, yeah. No, I've never known anybody named Saul.
That means you're too
My
young.
family, nobody's family, nobody.
Does she know Solomon
I
or
don't know a
Hezekiah?
lot of people because I don't like people that much.
Woo!
I am really off base with something. You caught me at
Mood.
you caught me at the right time. I'm in the confession mood. If few people know that about me, Belinda, and maybe your mama have begun to understand, but there's a few people that know that. That's why I don't have but one friend, and most of my hangout people are my family.
I know that's right.
My children, in-law children, and grandchildren. That's my hangout people. Other than that, I don't care that much dealing with people. I really don't. Because, and let me clarify why. The reason why is I've come to understand the longer you get to know people, the more you know about them, the more imperfection you see, and the more you don't like it. So rather than get into that and having to lose relationships, I just don't even be around folks. I don't care to be around them.
You know what? You said a word, Grandma. You are right about that.
I mean, it's the truth.
It is the truth.
It's
People are
just
wretched. Actually, they're wretched.
they really are. They jealous. They stab you in the back. They don't mean you no good. They all kinds of ways. Most of them. Now there's a few, but it's a job to go through those few, and who wants to be going through that to try to discern and dissect who are the right ones. So rather than go through all that, I just don't even get involved.
Talk about
I know that's
it.
right. You sit there, eat your red lobster, mind
Talk
your
about
business.
it.
That's right. That's what and it has saved me a lot of heartache. I have enough heartache dealing with my own blood. I don't need any more coming in.
I know that's right, Grandma. I miss you.
I miss you too, babe. I miss you too.
Can I
Yeah.
send you some? Can I send you some dinner soon or something?
Well, yeah, you can send me some dinner. When? I just finished it. Joe just sent me some dinner today. And I'm
Okay.
eating that for today and tomorrow. What's the day? What's the
Tuesday. I'm gonna
date?
call you Thursday, and I'm gonna see if you want something to eat.
Okay, that'll be good. Maybe
Okay.
about Thursday myself. That'll be a good time.
Okay. I'll do
Okay.
that. So I'll give you a call Thursday during the day. See what you want for dinner.
Okay. Okay, baby. Thank you.
All right. I love you, Grandma.
I love you more, baby. You take care.
All right. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Your grandmother's a hoot.
Yo, that lady be cracking me up. Do you hear me? She be cracking me up.
But yeah, those names don't necessarily exist anymore.
They don't.
But anywho, listen to us anywhere and everywhere. We have a lot of show to get through, and we're both deliriously tired.
Yeah, which means it will probably be good.
Yeah, and so we have an announcement coming in the next week. We have an announcement.
Yes, we do. So make sure you guys listen closely and stay tuned. We're going to explain all details, and please listen to them. Please listen to every detail that we say, and then make sure that you review those same details before you ask any further questions that are said in said details. That's all. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, just know something major is happening. We're so excited. We can't wait to tell you. We would tell you this week, but we were told we couldn't. So we have to wait until next week to share it. But we're super excited.
I love when people, we'd be like, JNXZ, listen to us every Friday. They'd be like, what day do y'all come out?
Yeah. Like, shout out to the person who emailed us about covering the lockup.
They're like, oh
or
my
no,
God.
covering
Y'all are
90
our
Day Fiance. Oh, yeah, they covered 90 Day Fiance.
They were like, you are our absolute, you are my favorite, but can you please cover 90 Day Fiance the other way? We were like, nigga, where we been for the last 17 weeks?
Right. Did we cover the wrong show?
Did we forget to put the show out?
Right. I mean, it was all in fun, but I was just kind of, we were just so confused.
Oh, it's always all in fun. It's always all in fun. We make fun of ourselves. We make fun of you. It's just a way of life.
Absolutely.
That's all.
It's how cousins do.
That's it.
And
you know we're your cussing cousins, so.
Yeah. So make sure you subscribe to our Patreon and continue to listen here because we're about to drop some knowledge on y'all. I'm taking a little break from YouTube just because I needed to restructure some stuff for what's coming next. Oh. So if you see like there's no like videos for a little bit, so I'm still working. I haven't given up on YouTube. It's just I had to. And YouTube trying to play me with like monetization. One day I have to talk to you all about monetization of YouTube.
Fair.
Like maybe I just might just start a Patreon because I don't know. Maybe. I don't think so. I don't think I will. But I think I might move my videos or start doing something through Twitch or Discord. I think I might do that instead.
Twitch is very good.
Yeah, Discord is a new one. I know Mira. She's like the Black Samurai I told you about, who from Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. She's been advertising Discord. So what I've learned is that a lot of the gamers and even some just YouTubers in general are going to Twitch and Discord because of the monetization is a lot better. Right. And I'm tired of being played with monetization on YouTube, like and like their do you know? So, do you know I had to fight with YouTube about free use music? They had the nerve to say that what I got from Epidemic Sound, which is all royalty-free music,
yes, it is,
was copyrighted. I was like, you sons of bees. So I had to like...
You're not the first person I heard where they've like removed a video because of some bullshit and they were wrong. I told you Instagram flagged one of my cocktail videos and told me I was using somebody else's content, and it wasn't even for like a Jasmine Masters clip or anything. It was literally a video, just a straight cocktail video of me, and I said, well, who the fuck am I?
Like, have you seen now how it says original audio on the top of your Instagram posts?
No,
because they like are required to track the. I hate the fucking industry.
Do I have to upgrade it?
No, it'll do it for you when you upload. I've noticed it from different like content creators.
Oh, let me see.
Like, definitely like because I follow Jessica, Jess Fam. It's always on hers. It's always on.
Y'all so aggravating. A bunch of people. Y'all are so aggravating. But anyway, yes.
Okay. Sorry, Dr. John. We see you talking to us, but we're recording right now.
Yes.
but we did a chat with him, with them. Excuse me. We did a chat with Dr. John, and it was great.
Absolutely.
That happened.
Yes. Can't wait to tell you more.
Yeah. That definitely happened yesterday.
Yes,
Can't
it did.
wait to tell you what happened.
Can't wait to tell you what happened. Can't wait to see what happened to tell you what happened.
Right. Just so you guys, so we're doing Marrying Millions on Patreon now. So go on and check that out. And new Quarantine Blasted with Dustin is up. We cover East Bayou, and every day as I think about that movie, it gets more gross and more gross because I didn't realize. Shout out to the listener that pointed out that when Cicely got her hair done, she got her hair done just like her
mother.
mama.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Well, we knew it. I
Oedipus
called it auntie
complex.
hair, but I mean, it was her mother's hairstyle. That's what it was. I
Well, I
read a
thought that
think
was just
piece online where somebody, after the fact, and they were going into a whole thing about how the father actually was the one who, and I was like, no, I don't think that's what happened this go round. That's not what happened
That ain't
this
how
go
it happened
round.
at all.
No, so I don't know.
There
what
was
movie
boundary
you were watching.
issues.
There were boundary
Yeah.
issues, and there was, some things that needed to be discussed, and there was some, some confusion and some crossed wires and things, and people are imperfect, and we have to work through said issues. But I don't think we
It
were watching the
wasn't-
same movie.
Yeah, that sounds a little diff than what we received
Just
in
a
the
smidge,
message. Yeah, but I get it. Art is up for interpretation, but sometimes facts are facts.
That wasn't interpretation though, nigga. That's what it was.
Did you know? I'm sorry. Did you know they're releasing Sister Soldier's coming up with a sequel to Coldest Winter Ever?
A book?
Yeah.
Really? Hopefully it's
Uh-huh.
better than For the Love of Money. But okay. I have been,
hold
that
on.
sounds like my 15-year-old dream. I've been waiting for a sequel to Coldest Winter Ever since a while ago.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for a sequel to Coldest Winter Ever for about 20 years now. I don't know how, I mean, like, who is this going to be tailored to? Is this going to be tailored to the people who originally read Coldest Winter Ever, or is this going to be tailored to this new generation?
I don't know. It's called Life After Death.
Oh.
So,
Oh. Well, I'm intrigued. I'm going to read it.
yeah. But anywho.
Yeah, anyway.
But now that I realize, I feel like all her other books were sequels to Coldest Winter Ever, too.
Midnight was just more the story of Midnight. So it wasn't really a follow-up to Coldest Winter Ever. It wasn't really a sequel.
But and then Midnight had its own series.
Yeah, so I would like to see Coldest Winter Ever. I don't know.
In a versus between Omar Tyree and Eric Jerome Dickey, who you got hit for hit.
Fly Girl.
Okay.
Ooh, shit. Okay, that would be actually. I have something fun coming up with that soon. But anyway, well, let's go ahead because we have a whole lot of. So we have a surprise for you all today. The reason in which for our Patreon users, the reason in which your Patreon has not updated is because today we are covering the mid-season finale the season finale. Mid-season finale?
No, it's the season finale.
Season finale of Love After Lockup.
Right.
So we're going to cover it here on the main show, and you guys are getting Marrying Millions on the Patreon.
Right. Now, I will say, I know a lot of you signed up for Patreon because of Love After Lockup, which is great. We appreciate it. But let me tell you something. Marrying Millions is a show. Desiree Rodney, even the white couples are trying. Like, everybody is like, when it comes to love and money, it's so sticky. No, and
I
now that I
haven't
realize
watched it yet, so we're going to all
you
watch
have
it
to watch.
together.
Yeah, you're gonna have to watch season 1 first because you need to understand the whole issue between Brianna and Bill.
That's what
I'll
we're gonna
just
start
preface. Okay, that's fine. I know listen. I randomly watched it, and then I made Chris Rogers watch it. Now he's hooked, and now you're about to be hooked too, because I can't wait for you to just watch.
You said a nigga named
I can't
Rodney.
wait. Again, it's not what you think. It's not what you think, honey, at all.
Damn.
Yeah,
I wanna know. I wanna
Let's
know.
just say if there was a contest to see who was the more manly person.
Okay, all right. So
Between.
Love After Lockup. Let's get into it.
Let's take a break and we'll be back after these messages.
Cloud.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
And so we're back. Let's talk 90 Day Fiancé.
Oh, yes.
I think we're also covering Life After Lockup on this channel too. That's what we said on this channel, like it's YouTube. Yeah, we are.
Because it's only 4 weeks, and then we go back to 90 days. So
Then we go back to 90 days.
Mm-hmm.
Who would you like to start with? Because we have everybody to cover this week.
we do. Let's see who had the least amount of. I think we should start honestly with
The newer couple.
yeah, get them out the way.
Okay, so
Porn star and Big Lotto,
Jeffree Star and Big Lato.
who confirmed. Yes, Jeffree Star and Big Lotto, who confirmed today that he is Big Lotto because I want to clarify this name, Big Lotto. We understand here at Jada XD the origins of the word mulatto, and that they represent a painful time in history in which lighter-skinned black people, or those who were of mixed, biracial, slave owner blood and slave blood, were referred to as mulattoes, and then it was transitioned into, I guess, a term that was used for thinking better than somebody who is. We are all black, but you know what I mean. So we just want to confirm that we are not calling him that because we believe that that way of thinking. No, but we don't think anybody is better. He's just Big Lotto.
It was either going to be that or Soft and Pink.
I mean, either or.
First of all, he has really striking features.
They're very striking. Yes.
And he has brandy eyes, but
Yes.
but it also works for his face because it's so chiseled.
He has
like,
brandy eyes. He has.
He's very pretty to look at.
Tyson Beckford mouth.
He's handsome Squidward.
So
But,
he's a
like,
handsome
attractive.
man, but he's not my type of man.
Yeah, I'm not interested in him either. I just like he's very pretty to look at.
model-esque.
I'm like, oh wow.
He's very model-esque. Like his features themselves are very striking features.
Yeah, he has a great body. He has, he has a Negro nose and Jackson 5 nostrils.
He does.
And, hair. So Jeffree Star is telling us the story. Shout out to Lil Snoop called her Jeffree Star. And I can't stop. I should have called her Jeffree Star only because of her name is Heather. Heather's story, because it was extremely fucked up.
Oh,
what happened to her.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So she had a very troubled childhood.
She did.
Jeffree Star. What is the other name I called her? Like, she gives real big porn energy.
She gives porn energy, and she does.
And she does.
Yes.
So, OnlyFans girl.
There we go. OnlyFans.
Yeah, OnlyFans. So, like, OnlyFans, she's talking, like, she's been hyping herself up because, they've hung out for a couple times, and then that nigga went to prison.
She said they were dating for 3 months before he asked her to marry him, and then not too long after that is when he got locked up for 5 years.
Right. And she didn't get a taste of the tip, and he didn't get a taste of the cooch. So she's been super, like, on edge, and and then she well, not yet. So on her way, she's super excited. She's telling us about herself, like her journey to getting to meeting Big Lotto. His name is Dylan.
Yes.
Dylan.
Now, here's the thing. We are going to get to her story. It's very sad. It's very sad.
I also want to let you know that I'm drinking a watermelon and rosemary lemonade.
Wait, what? A watermelon and rosemary? Tasty boots. Outside of her story, there's a lot of thoughts going on in her head at one time.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things happening all at once, though.
Yeah, it's everything at once at the same time.
Yeah.
Like young Punky Brewster face has a lot going on.
Oh my god.
Like if Punky Brewster grew up into porn, you'd have Heather.
Soleil Moon Fry is not getting ready to fry.
Yes!
Soleil Moon Fry is not getting ready to hit up Jada next to you.
I
like,
forgot that's her name.
What the
Sun
fuck did
Moon
you call
Fry.
me? She was. You not about. She not about to come after us for calling her a porn. She could be like, "Excuse me, what you say about Punky Brewster?" Nothing, sis. Nothing. Go check on Cherry in the refrigerator. Anyway, so that's a deep reference. So
It is.
So
That's for people who are born in the 80s.
oh yeah, honey. Yes, you can go Google that. Just literally type in what I said, and I'm sure you can figure out what I'm talking about. And for those who understood what I said, shout out to you. So she is, like XD says, she is just yearning for a taste of the tip. She's,
She needs more wood for the fire, you know what I mean?
more wood for the fire. So she's packing up his clothes because, everybody comes with a nice welcome bag for everybody. She got him Mark Anthony's finest couture. I saw that in the back. Didn't even know Mark Anthony made clothes. Where do they sell
I did not
said
either.
gear? Let's see.
Sears.
Kmart.
That sounds like Sears behavior. Yeah, that's definitely Kmart behavior.
Let's see.
That's like Kmart antics. Or like Kohl's antics.
Menswear. Kohl's sound. Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you say last time? Mervin's. Bong nigga Kohl's.
Boom! Next to the Vera Wang collection.
Yo. And the Rachel Ray Dutch ovens.
Yeah. Can't wait till I have my own discount line of ponchos.
Oh, listen. I can't. I will be coming out with skillets. Please believe.
Listen, I cook my own designer ponchos on HSN.
Yo,
Move
you are
over,
going to come
Lisa
out. You're going to be
Rinna.
like, fuck the 3-way poncho. We have the 5-way poncho. And it's going to be, I don't know, nigga. You have some jazzy shoulders incorporated in there. And maybe one other look. Like Suzanne Summers.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Exactly. It's going to be one with just one shoulder out, for the girls who are a little loose in the streets, but still know the Lord.
What?
Okay, yes.
Giving me Family Dollar's finest. So...
Right.
So she's looking forward for just not just a taste. She actually wants the entire meal. She says he gained 80 pounds in prison. You know what I'm saying? And she is just ready. She's ready to eat.
Mm-hmm. And keep in mind, he on the tasty side now, so I get it.
I understand.
He got the muscles.
That's
so
it's a fine piece of tail to come home to. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, this is where she starts talking about her concern because she's like, before he went to jail, he was a party boy, and this is, I don't.
And this is where go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It was just one thing she said where I was like, She said he used to be a party boy. He liked to do drugs. He liked to drink. And she said, and fuck everyone. And what the hell is that? Noah! And that's when I said, well, I just want to know I just need a little clarification.
Yeah.
Like, where's the clarifying card? I just want to know what that means.
Yeah, so the homosexual in me was like, That, whatever. So I found his Insta.
Same.
And
I found hers as well.
Yeah. Now, we know that they're not together. And I don't know why. I feels like they cut this season short so that they could get another season out of it. Because remember, they're supposed to, like, fight in the middle of the highway.
Yeah, they are.
I couldn't see the preview for next season or whatever.
No.
But I definitely know that that couple is coming back. But when I looked on his Instagram, apparently he does some sort of rap. Yeah, if you want to call it that.
Okay.
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 Sure. But when he told the story about what he got locked up for, like, nigga, you selling like meth? I just feel like that's, from me to my other homosexuals and queer folks out there, that sounds like he was selling drugs at a circuit party.
Listen.
And all of a sudden, like, he was in front of because there's a specific type of people that buy meth. And the type of people that he looks like he's around or would be around are the type of people that go to circuit parties.
I think a lot of my friends that I've told that I'm going to this circuit party are kind of like, oh, jeez.
I listen, like, to quote Moesha, I know what I know. If you know what I mean.
My whole, and I didn't want it to come off like this. I don't believe in just the prison stereotype that just because a nigga gets locked up.
No, he just got a twinkle in his eye.
No,
that's all.
Like this. That's literally all it is. Like,
it's the twinkle. Everybody, every gay got one. It's got a little twinkle.
And
it's like a bling.
I've just, you can just call me Michelle Visage. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga,
yeah.
I know what I know. If you know what I mean.
Who would ever thought Moesha would be the gift that keeps on giving?
Not I. Not I, but she has been. So,
did I show you my Benzino water cooler?
Wait, what?
I call it Benzino because the
don't have
bottle
no neck.
is small. Yeah. You see? It's right there. You see? That's the bottle in the background.
Oh my God, it's like caving in. It's like,
yeah. It's my
dear.
It's my Miss Juicy water bottle. Like, because it does, because look, because it
shea butter, baby.
Oh God. Yes, I'm fucking your man every night. Yes,
Ooh,
I am.
Shit. Ooh.
Sorry. I just noticed in the background. I was like, oh, she not going to talk shit about my... I was like, I hope she don't talk shit about my water cooler, the baby ass bottle that's on it.
Oh my God.
You know, you got to read yourself before other people get a chance to.
Your water cooler is like a Dodge Magnum with them baby ass ribs.
Yeah. Yeah.
I said, look at this hearse with these baby wheels. What is this car?
Yeah, what is going on?
So anyway, she's driving her Cadillac to pick him up, and talking about her vision boards and
Oh yeah, she willed her man.
That's what she says. She
like,
says
she put him on a Pinterest board.
She did.
All that kind of stuff.
She said that's going to be my Russell Wilson.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be my Boaz. Yes, it is.
He's going to save me, and he is going to breed me, and I am going to be his until eternity. So that's when she starts going into the sad story of her childhood. And essentially, when she was 14, her mother was married. She had a stepfather. And, her and her stepfather didn't get along. And so one day, unbeknownst to her, they shipped her off to a boot camp, a youth boot camp for people
Troubled
who had
girls,
behavioral
troubled
issues.
teens.
Yeah, troubled teens. And she was sexually assaulted in the camp, which has in turn impacted her life. You know what I'm saying?
Did she say her stepfather abused her too?
No, no. Because I thought that's where she was going, but that's not what she said. She said that they sent her away. Like when they didn't tell her
'Cause they didn't get
anything.
along.
Yeah, because they didn't get along. They sent her away, and she was abused while she was away. And
I can't stand when people choose, especially. I hate, especially when women choose their nigga over their kid. Andrea, even though Baby Nuck, thank God, Baby Nuck turned out all right.
Stand up. That's what those children
A stand up
needed.
human being. Exactly. They needed a parent.
But we will get actually to that and that kind of behavior. So, she's standing in the parking lot crying and weeping, and she's giving us a lot of detail about how she has gotten hot and bothered by him before. We don't care. And then all of a sudden, your boy comes walking in the horizon.
Her
and
half Nubian king walks up walks up the trail.
Rico.
Yeah.
Suave.
Rico. Suave.
That's what he looked like because the ponytail was slick boots. So, we meet him in person and he looks exactly like his photos.
Yeah, he's an attractive man. He low-key looks like, damn, you don't watch $1 Million Listing.
No.
Madison, I think his name is. The guy, the Queen of Malibu, but even though he's a guy.
Okay.
Either way, I think his name is Madison. $1 Million Listings, Los Angeles. But anyway,
Got it.
like, his eyes are on the side of his face, just like Brandy's.
Okay.
But he continues
Enemies.
to... Yeah, but he's really Hotep himself. He's like, I thrive off energies, and like he looks that he would talk that way, like he wouldn't wear shoes. You know what I mean? And
Cowrie
Mama, when she went
shells
to
on his neck on a choker.
all right, Mama ran down a little trail. She took her flip flops off to go greet her man and to slob him down in the middle of the street. It was just all so gross.
Oh my god.
So. Yeah. So then old boy voluntarily tells a story.
Yes.
That Mama got tattoos of him everywhere. On her hind parts, on her collarbone. Like she has them in different areas. Like they're on her collarbone.
And here's
on
the thing.
her knee bone, on her tibia, on her fibia. You know what I mean?
Yeah, on her phalanges. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yes, her clavicle. Math
pots.
Before he tells us this, he tells us that he was arrested 34 times, at least.
Yeah.
So that, and then what got him locked away was selling 100 pills to an undercover cop.
Again, circuit party behavior.
Because I was like, I haven't personally seen X in the club since like 2004. But go
Not
off.
since Charmed was on.
You
know
know,
what I mean?
not 5 years ago, but that's all I'm saying.
Nah.
And anyway, back to this tattoo. So she's
That's
licking all over.
WB network behavior.
Yeah, that's different. That's real different. That's real different. That's real like. That's real different.
I don't want to be like that kind of. Like,
everything, baby.
Yeah, that's like One Tree Hill type of like scenarios.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And he was giving me Big Lotto energy when he walked out. But she was licking all over him and like,
And it's like, girl, do you just not know where he just got out of?
like you didn't pick up a McGriddle on the way. Are you that hungry? You just had to be all over this nigga like that. She don't care about this nigga's out of prison confessional. She's licking on his earlobes, and I know, she's licking all on his neck. He ain't taking no proper shower yet, but we know her energy to be, aligned with that. And then when he tells us about the tattoos, he then questions a bit of her sanity.
Yeah. Yeah, he says, we've never really been together, so I don't really know how this is gonna work.
He was like he goes, every time she came to visit me, she had my name in a different language on her, somewhere new on her
But then
body.
he said he was into that though. He was
did,
like,
but then
is
he
she
said it's
loyal?
borderline- he said all of that, and then he goes, it's borderline obsessive behavior, and so he questions,
It is.
not questions, but he hopes that the chemistry outside will align with what they felt inside. Like, it's like he felt good about having somebody there, but he also had enough sense to recognize that something was a little tweaked in that.
Right. But then as soon as he said that, then the next shot is him doing cartwheels and tumbles in front of the prison sign.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Backhand springs and all of that.
Which, again...
delicious. And then they're doing
Yeah.
all of this making out and all of this licking each other, and he's changing and they're licking each other while he changes, and it's just real
Right.
feral. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's real... Yeah, and then they drive away. They try to do it in a car wash. I'm tired of talking about them because they weren't that interesting.
I
yet.
know. He has PTSD because the car wash
Yeah.
has flashing lights.
Yeah.
And then this is where we already knew, because the nose, the lips, the things like that. This all confirmed it, but he confirms the Big Lotto energy that we knew, because he goes, the term, I'm gonna fuck you like a nigga who just got out of jail.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm about to do. And I said, oh, yeah, his daddy's black.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
His mom's
Yeah.
definitely white.
Absolutely.
Yeah, without certainty. Who do you want to do next?
Well, let's go with everybody. Oh, we could go with Big Daddy Tyrese.
Oh, Stacey Adams,
Yeah.
an anonymous white girl from the Midwest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was a little that was actually really short. We should start with them. So ultimately,
No, I'm glad
they
we got out of the way.
Yeah. They couldn't. What happened?
I have to start this one.
Okay.
Because literally their scene open with her in his Escalade saying, this chicken is so good.
They was eating Harold's. Like, no, wait, were they?
With
yeah,
no
they were
sauce
in.
on it. With no sauce on it.
Oh yeah, but they were. Yeah, I don't know where they got the chicken from.
A Chinese
I just had
carryout. It
Harold's.
looked like it was some fries and some fried chicken. It wasn't nothing special, but homegirl was hungry, understandably so.
Right. So they only had 4 hours, but because they released her late, they only had 3 hours. So they really only had enough time to like eat and for her to change in a gas station bathroom and then
Greyhound.
get on a bus. Yeah, get on a bus to go to her halfway house somewhere.
I got a Greyhound bus in the parking lot. Sorry. So
there wasn't much talking really, but like in the car, Big Daddy Tyrese is like, I might be too old for you.
the body language. Okay,
And
so he said, no, you think people think I'm too old for you.
Oh, I heard, I think I'm too old for you. And then she
Nah.
said, yeah. But then he negated it. It was like,
He said, folks think I'm too old for you. She said, yeah. He said, well, we got to prove everyone wrong. And she's like,
And then she's,
yeah.
It never really mattered too much to me.
yeah.
And then she admits in the confessional what we have all been saying all along. She said, now that I'm out, she's like, I'm the same age as his oldest child. And I think
Right.
really what threw her off was like the giant, the giant Old Spice energy. I think that's really like, I think the Zoot suit, Stacey Adams, you know what I'm saying, Guns and Butter ass suit, I think that really threw her off because there are men who are a little bit older. He's not old. He's 40, 48, 49. But
he's 20 years older than her,
he's 20 years older than her. But there are also men who don't, like, look at Mitch DeJour. He doesn't carry that, like, old, creepy nigga energy. Whereas this,
he's like Ramblam from the internet. You remember Ramblam, who was super nasty and like,
yes,
yeah, like again, like I said, what color draw she farting in today? Like that's the type of nigga he gives.
Or that nigga Corn. What? I don't care. I literally don't have that nigga was gross from gross. And even before I knew anything that was happening, this is how I know my gut be talking because I know when these niggas is gross and I don't want nothing to do with them. And I was like, this nigga's energy is disgusting. And lo and behold, it came out ages later that this nigga was a nasty ass nigga. So he gives me like just ugh, it's a lot of that. But
dirty nigga energy.
Dirty nigga energy. It's a thing. I said what I said. So, she's uncomfortable because she's like, now that I'm out, I feel a little weird about this. I'm not going to hold you.
Does she have kids? Do we know that?
She has not said that she has children. But, children be magically popping up on this show, so. They
do, which is why I wondered.
I said maybe. So, what I'm trying to figure out is, this is where I'm like, if you have a real real nigga energy, he's got real nigga energy. But if you got real,
does he?
Why didn't he go drive her to Kansas?
That may not be
an option.
May not be an option. It also might just not be I'm not doing that.
I guess.
Do you think he? Well, I don't know. Like, I don't know. But for whatever it's worth, it seems like he's really into her because, like, when he gave her some money at the Greyhound. Mind you, the producers, they've been breaking the fourth wall a lot.
Let me tell you something. Them producers don't give a fuck no more.
No, because they go flat out ask her after he gave her money. Now, mind you, he gave it to her like an uncle because he's like, he was like, "Give me this money." He's like, "I'm not gonna give you the money all right here. Like, come on."
Come over here inside. Keep showing people what you got in your pockets.
He had $1 crunched up in one hand, and then he kept counting them 20s over and over and over like it was more than what was there. So he let Chandra hold $200.
Yes.
And, the producers are like, so what you got there?
They're like, what you gonna do with it? What you gonna do with all that junk?
And she was like, buy toiletries and all that. Like, bitch, producer, get out of my business. I need to buy tampons.
Right, like, nigga, I'm going to buy condoms.
I need to buy deodorant.
So I can fuck you. And then they'd be like, all right, no more questions. So
yeah. But then, because they kept alluding to the fact that, remember last time she said she had other niggas, so they're trying to figure out, like, well, bitch, what you about to do?
But she, now here's the thing about her. She did tell us in the confessional she was uncomfortable, but she also said to him that she wants to try to make this relationship work.
Yeah.
But then she said it like a robot. And then when he goes to kiss her, she kisses him hesitantly. And then when he tries again, she pulls away.
Cause she don't know that nigga like that.
Agreed. I'm just
saying. It's like, okay, she just gave I'm just gonna give him a little sugar. That's it.
I'm curious to know what her intentions are. Like, she don't, like, I just want to know, like, are you just being sensible? Like, I'm gonna take this slow, or like you already said you're a little creeped out, but you want to make this, like, what you doing? So, right. Also, did you notice that he walks like Michael Jordan? He walks like a basketball player.
Yeah, because all that drapery in between his legs from that oversized ass linen pants.
Like them jeans,
just like Michael Jordan. He be wearing drapery. He be dressed like me.
So the next scene, this nigga's driving his Escalade through Chicago and singing like an old nigga driving through Chicago. He's like, baby, why don't you let me go?
So I know he blasted Lenny Williams.
You know, girl, you know I love you. So he said he hasn't heard from her since he dropped her off at the bus station. And this nigga goes home and he does real old nigga shit. He pours himself some brown liquor straight. And
I know he put on some beans.
He put on some beans and he did the real nigga head rub like this. When he sits down and he does, it's like the whole arm. But they do, y'all know the real nigga head rub. So he does the real nigga head rub. And he's like, I ain't heard from her since she got on the bus. I haven't heard from young Indiana since she got on the bus. And then he called her and she sent him the voicemail. Yeah.
But he's keeping hope alive because, you know, technology, things happen. So his son come over there, Lil Ty.
Lil Ty.
Who happens to look like Quaylen. I was like, oh, wow, that's cray.
Is it just because they both have locks?
No, in the visage, they look about.
I'm gonna go look at them again.
They look kin. Like they could be cousins. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna go back and look.
Oh, I can't wait till
I died at the bitch don't wear no shoes in my house moment though. I'm not gonna hold you.
He curses his kids out. Like he turns up on his kids.
He does.
Like niggas on the street.
He's like, nigga, get your feet off my fucking rug.
Off that Value City rug, man.
He's like, I gotta return this. So
okay.
So Lil Ty comes in and he yells at him about his shoes and he's like, you know, he was like, how it go, Pops? You know, I was supposed to spend hours with her, 4 hours with her. He was like, Lil Ty's like, you get to smash.
Right. And then he was like, not everybody like you.
No. He started with the old nigga. He goes, let me tell you something.
He sounded just like Granddad when Granddad got accosted about something and didn't want to answer the question.
It's like, Granddad, you can't tame the white supremacy with cheese. He's like, white people love cheese. It's like, let me tell you something, young sucker. Everybody ain't like you. It's about her, okay? I ain't trying to be out here fucking everything. It's about her. That hub was taking me out. So his son, and this is how you know he's raised his son like a real nigga, because his son goes, well, did you at least give her a couple $?
Yeah.
And he had a black daddy ass answer. I gave her a couple of none of your business, nigga.
Yeah. Because it's almost like he about to answer. There's like none of your business. Why you in my pocket?
Like, wait a minute. Why you asking me questions? So, you know, Lil Ty tries to give him something to think about, and you know, he's just telling him to be careful, and you know, he just wants what's best for his daddy and all of that.
Right.
And
which, you know, I get it, but it's also like your daddy is almost 50-year-old and is, you know, wants to feel his oats, even though he's doing it a little stupidly. But, you know, whatever. Like I said, loneliness will kill you.
Go off.
Or loneliness will leave you broke.
Yes. And then, you know, Lil Ty just says, be careful, old man. I just don't want to see you hurt. And that's that.
Keep your heart, 3 Stacks.
Keep your heart. These girls are smart, 3 Stacks. Who you want to do next?
I'm going to stop this right here because I need to switch batteries. So
okay.
I'm going to stop. So stop your Zoom.
Stop it. Or
track 2.
Let me ask you this. Who do you want to do last?
Ooh. It's between Charles Manson, Indigenous Charles Manson.
He can be second to last. Because I have a feeling. Who was the other one you were going to say? Or? Oh. I thought you were going to say Orange is the New Black and Bubblegum Tiaras.
Oh, damn. It's everybody. Yeah.
It's everybody, nigga. Okay, all right. Let's see here. Let's do
Jeff
Daniels and young Babyface Mello, Loke.
Oh, wait, Fahu Doris? Not Fahu Doris.
Nigga, wrong show, nigga.
Jeff Daniels. Jeff Daniels in trade.
Yes.
Okay, in her trade. Okay. All right, I'm with you.
I call him Babyface Loke now.
Yeah.
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 Real big Babyface Loke energy.
Yeah, a little funky Comedina.
So, last episode they pulled up to the Padres' house, and they get there. They're there now. This is where it opens up.
And mind you, again, he's not supposed to leave the state of California. And where are they? Nevada.
So Papa is clocking Babyface Loke, okay? Just watching him hoard. And he thinks he's pulling a con initially. So he says it's common, for guys from prison to con women for money and comfort. And that's what he originally thinks he's doing. So he's clocking them hard. Mm-hmm. Mom is embracing him, and Babyface Loke is geeking over the crib. Oh, it's a pool table. Oh, nigga, it's a chair. So, like,
soap out of a dispenser?
He's like, what?
This is the future.
Towel rack. He's like, you ain't got the brown ones that sit on top of the toilet. So, he's very excited about being at his in-laws' house. And, they talk about, what he does for fun. They ask him. He's like, I play, we've been playing Fortnite. His papa's like, what? What's that? He's like, oh, video games.
I don't like this exchange either.
Yeah.
It was very pointed.
It was. And he was like, because Papa insinuated, he's like, yeah, I don't know much about that because all I had time to do was work. And I'm like, nigga, he just got out. Calm your tone.
To quote Willem, your tone is very pointed right now.
Now this is. I need to revisit Willem. So for our Drag Race fans, just by the way, especially for the young, Vady, we'll just say that who hit us up and was like, I pay for Patreon for Drag Race. We're coming with a lot of Drag Race heat. Your girl is caught up, okay?
It's a lot of drag. And there's more drag you still gotta watch. You still gotta watch.
Drag I still have to watch.
You gotta get through.
Listen, we trying to ping all y'all niggas on Patreon. The Drag Race people, the TV
you might
people.
even fuck around and watch Mary J. Blige's new show.
Oh, nigga, the quarantine people. We trying to hold y'all down over here at JDXD. So, but anyway, so
we're like a Woolworth for podcasts. Like we got everything.
Yes, we are a renaissance.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. Well-rounded, multifaceted.
Like surface merchandise.
Yeah, we are, nigga. Bed Bath & Beyond, nigga. We have everything.
Yeah.
So.
How did you feel about their house, though? That you see,
it looked real.
Because here's the thing: nobody's going to compare. Nothing's ever going to compare to Big Alice's.
Let me tell you something. Big Alice's lair is just there is no comparison. She has a theater room. Do you hear me? Okay, Big Alice spends her time sourcing from the Tuesday morning, but she's very careful about the items that she chooses.
Absolutely. She's very particular. Choosy moms choose Jeff.
That's it. She's like, you ain't gonna bring no clutter up in my house now. I'm gonna bring things with purpose. But their house is, it's very red, white, and blue. You know what I'm saying? It's very
It's MAGA, but they don't have to say it.
Yes.
And like the dad's speech at the end of
it. We'll get to that. So this is where Jaden XD have to take full accountability. Because last week, we clowned Jeff Daniels and said, well, bitch, why would this nigga say anything about what they're doing? And Babyface Loke gets to the house, and within 7 minutes of sitting at the table, this nigga spills his entire guts.
Just like Dylan from...
like... diarrhea upon the mouth. Like...
Yeah.
He's like, oh, man, I'm trying to get my situation together, but they making it hard for us. And parents are like, skirt, what? Yeah, man. They're talking about 60 days. They were like, oh, so you're not supposed to be here right now. Again, 2 more people we see implicated in this episode.
Yeah. Again.
And Moss was like, yeah, please don't. I just don't want anybody to know where I live. I just don't want anybody showing up, honey. And Daddy takes Babyface Loke out to the yard. And he's like, I don't want nobody knowing where I live. Nothing about my family, although you're on a reality show, sir. And you signed a release because we see every pore. But the conversation...
Every live, love, laugh poster in your damn house.
You already know that they have a live, laugh, love somewhere in wooden letters on the wall.
Over a shiplap. So that's what they do.
Daddy be doing them little ship in a bottle projects, like yeah.
A lot of whimsy and like
the mama's over in the corner getting drunk and watching what's the lady on the pioneer woman.
Oh, Dree. Yeah, Dree Rummin.
She's like, honey, do you want chili tonight from a skillet? So with some Texas toast.
I know.
I saw it online.
I know. She be using Dree Drummond's recipe. Her husband is fine for a white man. She did that. And they're very rich. They own like most of Oklahoma.
They're very rich.
Yeah, they own cattle.
Everything.
Damn, I should have. If you ever look back, you'd be like, what would life be like if we were like into farming?
I got horses in my car like a farmer. Yeehaw, finna pick up your daughter. He want beef, I'ma have to get him slaughtered. He want beef, I'ma have to get him slaughtered.
Nigga, I want that's my ultimate goal.
Yeah, I know, but like imagine like if that was your life.
That again. That is the goal.
I'm like, if you didn't know anything else, like if
I didn't know anything else. Well, let's make that. We'll make that an episode. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's table that.
Okay.
Remember that because you're not high.
No, I'm not.
So, Daddy says, you gotta follow the rules, my nigga. Like, you gotta follow the rules, and says that he's like, you say you love Jeff Daniels. You're going to get her in trouble.
Yeah.
And that's where I draw the line. And
when this nigga comes out, his Magic Johnson Theater ass skull and says, I never had a daddy. I've never had a father figure, so I don't know who to tell me.
Proud Family? The wizard. What was his name?
Yeah, it was like Wizard Theaters or something like that.
It was a very after school moment. It was very
yeah, but but the whole scene,
it was like very Schoolhouse Rock. I ain't got no daddy.
But when Jeff Daniels brought him into the house, didn't it feel like The Blind Side?
Yes, nigga. Like, I'm telling you.
I was like, oh, she's Sandra Bullock.
Immediately, I feel like if they brought Schoolhouse Rock back to teach like new life lessons, you know what I'm saying, and try to teach sensitivity to people, because they try to teach people's different ways of life. They want to show people in the suburbs, like somebody who's grown up in a circumstance where they ain't got no parent or got no father and shit like that. They'd be like, I ain't got no daddy. It's made me kind of saddy. I ain't got no daddy my whole life. Like it was very Sesame Street. Like, all families are different. So
it was like Avenue Q. Like, everybody has AIDS. Like, you know what I mean? Like, very like that, like, oh God, what would a song be about? Like, my parents, they got divorced, and my 2 dads love me. You know?
Yeah. Everybody has a different family. Right. So, he's like,
your mommy's not a lesbian.
Oh my God. Wait, that episode of I'm Sorry, which, oh my God, was canceled.
I know, and I realize we're gonna have to prepare for a lot of our faves to get canceled, just because things aren't coming back like the way they are. I feel like a lot of productions, like they're still trying to like do stuff, but although the actors are still like reluctant to do it, like even though things are opening up here and I see a lot of the casting stuff that's available, niggas are still like
And also celebrities have, you know, well, no, because them niggas was getting it first. But I'm sorry it was canceled, but that one episode where they had the play date with the lesbian parents.
yeah.
And they were like, well, they're assholes, but they're lesbians, and we're the cis hetero couple. Like, we can't call the lesbian couple asshole parents, but they're assholes.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like, fuck.
We have a conundrum. So
That's like when you like saying like I don't like this gospel song. Just like how you say you don't like a song about Jesus. You know what I mean?
oh, I don't have no problem saying
That
that.
would be the same here. There's a bunch of gospel songs. I'm like, I don't like that.
No,
I don't
that's
like
not
that.
my bag.
I don't
I'm like,
most
whoa,
of-
this is terrible.
Listen, Christian rap. You might just send me to purgatory for a little bit because I'm
Christian
just
rap
never
can go to
listening to
hell.
that.
Honestly.
Exactly. It's dark sided.
Christian rap.
It's dark sided. I'm not
The
absolutely
only
not. I'm not
Christian
doing
rap that I will tolerate is. I'm sorry.
Christian rap to me is just clean rap. You know what I mean?
When they did Drake and Future. In church.
Yeah.
They did Drake and Future in church.
Oh my god.
Oh, are we talking teams?
Oh my god.
Now I know it's better than anything I could dream of.
Jesus.
That's the only Christian rap I'll tolerate. Oh, my cheeks hurt. So anyway, he says
Christian rap is just the clean version of songs as far as I'm concerned.
No, that's Kids Bop. Kids Bop
No,
is
because
Christian rap.
Kids Bop be replacing shit like, you know.
Oh, Noah was singing Kids Bop this weekend because Tristan played God's Plan. Noah wanted to hear it, and every time it got to I only love my mom in my bed, I'm sorry, Noah goes, I only love my mom and my dad. Oh, I'm sorry. I said, "What? Where did you get that from?" She's like, Kids Bop. But then she'd be wanting to do the Savage Challenge. You know, balance. So, you know, it turns into a real PBS moment. Young babyface Loke says he ain't got no daddy, and the white man feels bad. And he's like, well,
The Blind Side.
It was very Blindside, very Sandra Bullock. And he's like, well, you know, I've never had a son. And so I would love for us to go fishing together and build things. I'd love to pull you around in your scooter and push you on the swing. And, you know, young babyface Mello was about to shed tears and shit. But it seems like these niggas is trying. And then he says, I don't care about the shell. I don't care about the tattoos. And I don't care that you're black.
Mind you, it was one of those like nobody situations.
Right. My mama has on a wig.
It's like, sir, did you need to address that? Because if so, then you could have had a separate conversation
Now,
about
listen,
the black thing.
You know I'm not in the business of defending white people, but I will say this. We also get irritated with the ones who are like, oh, what? I don't see color. So if he did something like that, we would have a problem with it. So I almost kind of appreciate
He
it.
just said he don't see color.
When he say that? Oh, well,
He said, I don't care if you're black. I don't care about color.
Well, no, he didn't say I don't care
Oh,
about
he said,
color.
I don't care if
He said,
you're
I
black.
don't care that you're black. And I think
Yeah.
what I wanted to pull from that is
The fact that he acknowledges the fact that he's black.
he's like, hey, you probably think I got a problem with you because you black. I want to let you know I have a problem with you because you are an ex-prisoner who is with my daughter. I don't know you. And that's what it is. So, you know, if you have any misconceptions in your head right now that I have a problem with you automatically because you black, I'm gonna let you know right now that's not what it is. So it could have been that. You know what I'm saying? It could have been that. I was looking for the American flag hanging off the front of their house, and I didn't see it.
It's in the backyard. That's why.
It was back there.
Yeah, you remember the first episode? It's back there.
Oh yeah, no, he definitely was a racist then. American flag that's just a symbol for Trump.
Yeah, it's it's the new burning cross. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, it is. Actually, the burning cross is the American flag, but the blue, black, and white one. Mm-hmm. Nigga, I seen one of those this weekend.
I'm sure you did upstate in, where they filmed the Blair Witch Project.
But I also saw a lot of Black Lives Matter signs in yards.
I'm sure you did up near where they filmed the Blair Witch Project. James said she going upstate in the Adirondacks. I said, "Ooh, good luck. Hopefully you come. Hopefully you return."
Nigga, I went more near Woodstock. It was nice out there. It was real magical.
Oh,
seen me some gnomes and shit. But we'll get to that one day.
Okay.
So that was basically that. They had their talk, and then Daddy was like, "Yo, you got to go back to L.A. Leave her here. She'll be fine. It's 60 days. Go back, handle your business." Come back and we gonna be a family. And this is where I always feel bad for young babyface Loke, because he really doesn't want to go back into the environment that he knows is a gamble for him. Because
he knows, like I said before, he knows that death is imminent. Like death is like
he knows here. What he knows.
Mm-hmm, if you know what I mean. Like he's like, I need to get out for my life is on the line, and I feel him on that. He feels that there's a target on his back, and I feel like there's one on his back too. And it's unfortunate that he has to break the law to get away to save himself. And where I always am cautious of when people say, "I don't care if you're black." I'm like, but you do care, because ultimately some of the things that I know you voted for or you've spoken about definitely weren't in favor of my own people. But I could guarantee that, because a lot of people just don't do that, because most people tend to, especially that particular ilk, they tend to vote against their best interest, which is why we're in the current position we're in now politically.
Hello.
So I appreciate the sentiment where it's like, yeah, I don't care if you're black, and I just care if you're
I didn't
you're with my daughter.
necessarily appreciate it. I was just trying to translate it.
No, I got that.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, it's like this juxtaposition of like, yeah, I could have this simple conversation with you about who you are and where you are in this world, as opposed to I'm here so I can live. Like, you know what I mean? It's like it's extremes that we see. It's like, oh, you're dating my daughter, and I need to find out like her security and all that patriarchal bullshit.
Because honestly, when he said, "I ain't got no daddy, I ain't never known no father figure," I thought for a second that he was getting ready to go into his background a little bit, and and his life circumstances, and try to make Papa see his way of things. You know what I'm saying? And I need you to understand where I'm coming from. But it was almost like he was kind of subservient to him. And while I understand when
Oprah calls Barbara Miss Barbara, and I hate it.
Yeah, like it was like, yes, I hate that very much, but I hate many things. I don't hate her no more, but but it was really subservient, and I didn't like that part of it. I was like, I wish you would have just been a little bit more forthright about like, listen, these are my intentions, and I'll prove it to you through my actions, but I need you to kind of understand where I'm coming from and what my way of life is and why, I'm almost in a desperate situation. Like this is where I come from. Understand that. But he didn't do that. But then again, this nigga spilled his whole guts within 7 minutes of being in the goddamn house. So what
right?
He really
they probably had to edit out a bunch of stuff because of word vomit.
But he's clearly looking for love. He's like comfort. He's clearly, and I'm not saying he's using her, because I said, well, do we have a young baby Nuck on our hands? Like, are we?
Around with her gangster, she gonna be ready to ride when it's on. She gonna be ready, handle her own. Hold it down for me.
Literally that, because there's nothing about him that gives And I'm gonna have to eat crow because I swore that nigga was gonna use her.
Same.
And just,
Nigga,
especially when it came to
eating my Timbs.
Yeah, when it came to the sex part, when the producers asked them, like, are you using her just for sex? But now I see, like, if that was the case... like, Mama would have been dropped. And he would have been like, I'm staying in Compton, I'm not leaving.
And as we've seen recently, didn't she have a baby for him?
Yeah. But I mean... actually, I'm not saying that here on this podcast. Y'all not gonna Dick Kennedy.
Not on this good week.
No, ma'am.
No. We got things coming. Ain't got time for it.
No, ma'am.
So,
but I'll just say, I know what I know. If you know what I mean.
If I know what you mean. I am picking up what you are putting down.
Yeah, smell what I'm stepping into.
I certainly do.
Let's take a break.
Yeah, let's do that.
And we'll be back with more 90 Day Fiancé. That's not the show we're covering. Damn it. We'll be back.
What's happening?
We'll be back. Bye.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Hello, Dad. I'm in jail. Hello, Dad. I'm in jail.
And so we're back. We're still talking about another Sharp Entertainment show. I want to point out that Marrying Millions is also a Sharp Entertainment show.
Oh. So, you niggas are going to hire us. Do you hear me?
Hello.
You going to hire
Sharp.
us.
Matt Sharp. Holla at your girls, okay?
You about to start getting some magazine cutout clipping mail. And anyway.
I've been really thinking about, like, someone asked me, like, what my preferred pronouns were. Because I joke around and be like, you call me girl. And I really had to sit here and be like, well, I mean, he and him for now, and they, I guess, because I feel like everybody should be using they. But, like, I was like, I don't know. Because I'm like, I'm not genderqueer. I don't identify that. But I'm like, if somebody call me girl, I'm like, oh, she. I'm like, hey, girl. Hey. Like, I'm not. I don't know. It's something I need to deep dive and explore.
Okay. You high?
Yeah.
Are you not high? Are you high?
No, I was just sharing.
Oh, okay. I love that. I love that.
I'm really not high. I have not smoked since this morning. Before our break, when we had our break between our Zoom calls today.
My pronouns are real nigga. Yeah.
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 Real niggas do real things.
Yeah.
I'm cool with whatever.
Yeah.
You can call me.
It's just something I had to, like, think about, like, when it was asked to me. I'm like, because I'm always like, yeah, we should normalize what people want to be called. I don't want to assume, and we shouldn't.
No, absolutely. I agree.
But when somebody asked me that, I was like, after all this time, no one's ever asked me.
Nobody's ever asked me either, honestly.
Right, and I'm like, we should.
But
I'm just like,
I tell them are my pronouns?
I feel like you don't want to bastardize the kind of movement, you know what I mean? So, like, but I mean, if that's what you really want to be called or referred to, then sure. But
I'm really just down for whatever. Honestly, it doesn't really.
Just who you calling a bitch?
Yeah,
you know
that's actually what it is. It is, just don't call me queen. Like I'm just don't call me queen and don't call me bitch, and we cool.
Yeah,
could be a she, a her. Sometimes I'm
they can call us what they want, but they can't call us broke. Yeah.
But no, you're right. Don't bastardize the movement.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anywho. Who would you like to go next?
I'm still learning.
Same shit, and I do anal with another man, and I'm still learning. So I don't really,
Me too. Sometimes.
Yeah, same. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
We got something in common. Ooh.
A little thumb every now and again. Who you would do next?
Okay, so we have Bubblegum Gutierrez, Charles Manson, Indigenous Charles Manson, and
and Grandpa Simpson and
Grandpa
Trashy
Simpson.
Emma Roberts.
Let's go with them.
Okay. Oh, and yeah.
Yeah. So
First of
Grandpa
all, she has
Simpson,
crazy eyes.
Yeah.
That bitch is.
She reminds me of the wild one from Gypsy Sisters, the one that was pregnant and fought everybody on the lawn.
Yes, that's exactly who. Yes,
that was a good show. We should go back to it. It was raggedy.
That was a raggedy ass show. That might be a good Patreon cover.
Yeah,
actually.
we have to show it to other people. Be like, look at it.
Seen her.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Cena.
Shout out to Cena.
They're great people. We
Yes.
met with them. They're great.
Wonderful. So we have fun things coming for you all. And we're not allowed to lie anymore. So just know that everything we say comes to fruition.
Yeah.
So, she called and she told Grandpa Simpson that she has her backpack and her lunchbox and she's coming home. Just hold on, I'm coming home.
This is the first time we're seeing Corona content, by the way.
Yes.
They're the only couple.
Yep.
You could tell everything else was shot like last year.
Yes.
Because Jeff Daniels had the baby already.
Yes.
This you can tell they were filming because they needed more time to fill in their storyline. Because remember, she got sent back to the shoe for like weeks. She finally gets out. Young Margot Robbie finally, breaks free.
Yes.
And they get on a plane, and she's like, she talks about coronavirus, and she was like how she's supposed to go to a halfway house. Mm-hmm. But because of Rona, she's doing home. She's going to be home arrested. Home confinement.
Home confinement, which basically means she got an ankle monitor.
Right.
So,
she's going through the airport, and it's very sign of the times of how we're in quarantina. So
which
she's just like,
I was trying to figure out how she was able to be trying on shades in the Hudson News.
it had to be in the very beginning of the pandemic because
she ain't had no mask on either.
She didn't have a mask on because it is mandatory for you to wear a mask on the plane the entire flight. This is taken from somebody who, had to fly across the country last month.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, because remember, masks weren't requirements in the beginning. This is why we're in the
No, that's true. That's true. And what's so funny is when I went, not funny, but when I went to Houston in February for my dear friend's memorial service.
Damn, that happened this year too?
Yeah, that was in February. And honestly, and I already...
R.I.P. Curtis.
I was already... Yeah, rest in peace, Curtis. I already was very well aware of Rona, and Melissa was keeping me fully updated. Shout out to Melissa Beck. Shout out to her new podcast, Imperfect Strangers. Make sure you all check it out. It's her and a white lady that we don't know, but Melissa's hilarious, and it looks like it's a good time, and I've listened to it, and it is a good time.
Oh, the white lady's funny.
Yeah, no, she's
I forget
funny.
her name. But yeah, I've listened to it. It's funny.
Yes, so
it's mom focused.
Oh yeah, no, it's my kind
it.
of carrying on.
Yeah.
Very, I'm sorry. We love Melissa.
Well, I typically listen to women-led podcasts anyway, because my thing is, if men are all on it, it's no longer cool.
Anything
you know what I mean? Anything men say is cool is probably not. You know what I mean?
Yes. So. So, she's trying to... Go ahead, nigga. Go. Look, that's why your car is backfiring. I bet you it's a Honda Civic. So,
Girl, keep talking that shit out your Honda.
So she's amazed at the size of the airport, and then she starts telling us the tales of her past. She was busted with 98 grams of methamphetamine on a high-speed chase with a gun.
She was running through niggas' neighborhoods like a Tomb Raider.
With her woe. Yeah.
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 You know how that shit goes.
You know how that shit goes.
So she now meanwhile we see a picture, we see what the house looks like where she's going to before she gets there. Now, remember in the very first episode of the season, Grandpa Simpson calls on an interior decorator to come in and, you know, fix up the place. And he said, money is no object.
Yep.
Now, that had to be weeks ago because Mama, you know, Auntie Gladys has not touched a thing in that house.
Yep.
So he says that she had a Pinterest board. And she kept sending him, like, you know, this is what I want the house to look like or whatever. He was like, well, I built her the closet the exact same way. So here's the thing. Grandpa Simpson lived in a bando.
Yeah. Whoa. Whoa, nigga.
And like the carpet was dirtier. Remember Michael and Mama's house and that
yes,
couch
nigga.
and the
yes,
thing.
Nigga.
Oh, the rug was dirtier than that.
Like, okay, so
Like it was real like it was like Clint's house.
it was like Clint's house. It still wasn't as bad as that.
He only had just because he had a working screen door don't mean it was any different.
No, I think the difference was, well, his looked better from the outside than Clint's and Tracy's house because that shit was run down from the get. And then Clint's house was dirty and disheveled and all that. This man's house was dirty and disheveled, but it had less stuff. That's all.
It was under construction.
Now, you know, we also learned that she has to quarantine for 14. She has to quarantine. First of all, she's on house arrest, but she's got to quarantine for 14 days before she's even able to see her child.
Right, which took a toll on her, which understandably so. Like I'd be like, damn, I can't wait. I can't have to wait another 2 weeks to see my kid. Like after I just got out.
Yeah, and I get that's going to be hard for somebody. Like I expected to see my child immediately, and then all of a sudden things were changed. So, you know, and then on top of that, the mother says she has to learn what's going on with the school. So that's how we really know that it's also the early days of COVID. So she's like, I have to find out what's going on with her school. And then once you do the quarantine and I find out that she doesn't have to go back, I have no problem dropping her off at your house. I am tired. I am exhausted at this point. I need a break. I need some time to myself. Nigga, I would like to walk around the house with my titties out. Her mother has done a lot. So, you know, you can see that she's hurt and her mood is very unstable, as we learned in this episode. So you can see a shift when she learns that information. But again, that's disappointing information, so rightfully so.
Yeah.
We also learned that before Grandpa Simpson, she had mad sugar daddies.
A bevy of beaux, if you will.
Old beaux.
Yeah, and they emphasize old.
Yes. She's like, I had elderly, I don't know, aged gentlemen. I forget the term in which she used, but I had that. And so
Mama loves her old nigga.
Yeah. And so that was that. She's like, before I started selling drugs, that was my way of life. So they get to the house, and that's when we see how bad it is. And can I tell you the moment that I screamed? It's when she said, it was basically
it's probably the same part I did.
It was a very what I asked for versus what I got moment.
Mm-hmm. Mama had a wish house.
She had a wish house, but she had a Container Store-esque request for a closet. And it looks like this nigga partly put together an IKEA console.
Yeah.
And then he kept holding the picture up and saying, I did it just like you asked.
Yeah. And like the funny part though was the dogs were in there and they just looked away. They were just like, "Nah, nigga, fuck it. Like you didn't do that."
They were like,
And
she's
that's
right.
when, right? And you know, Mama lost her marbles when she saw
did,
it.
and we forgot to bring up the
Initially, she didn't though.
Well, not initially, but we did forget to mention that when he picked her up, she was in a good mood. You know what I'm saying?
They were kissing each other.
They was
and
kissing.
everything.
I was looking to see if she felt hesitant. It didn't seem like it. You know,
Didn't.
She did say she wished she
seemed
thought he
hella
was
calm.
taller.
Yeah, but you know.
I thought you were a little bit taller.
I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl who looked good, I would call her. Wish I had a rabbit in a hat with a bat and a 6'4" parlor. I wish I was
But he wasn't. But she did start complaining in the truck.
Yes, because Mama said, you know, why'd you pick me up in this truck? And he was like, oh, I was at work.
And she was
If you would have got on, if you would have acted right the last time, Trick, you would have had a limo
had a
and
limo,
a steak
red
dinner.
velvet cake.
But I had to give it to Big from
Yeah.
Rob and Big.
Yeah, that was that. So they get to the house, and the house is a mess. So first she hates the car, and then she hates the house. Now, this is where I saw both sides. Because that house was a fucking mess.
No, I was on her side the whole time. I didn't see his side at all.
Well,
I'll tell you why I didn't see his side at all.
this is where he fucked up. Because I didn't realize that he'd been in that house for a year.
Yeah. Which is, yeah.
So when she said, you've been here for a year, and I saw where the paint had been prepped on the wall to get ready to be painted. And then the final scene where I screamed was when the vent was hanging off one of the air ducts.
Oh yeah. It was leaning over to the left.
I said, oh.
And it was concaved in the garage, had shit in it.
Literally though, like, nigga, you didn't do anything.
No.
You didn't even fit that closet you keep defending. Nigga, you didn't even fully put together the IKEA console.
No. No. Not at all.
He was like, I bought you.
That thing looked like a doll, some shit you put for dolls, not
nigga,
for
that
like
looked
clothes.
like danger is what that looked like. That looked like you are not supposed to cross these boundaries and these borderlines because this is a construction site right now.
Yeah.
And so he starts getting irritated because he's like, this has been 2 hours of complaining. The thing about it is when you present one way of life to somebody and then they get out and it's literally nothing like that. Because where I really stood by her is when the baby's room was not done.
Yep.
She said, where the fuck, like the baby was supposed to come there in all honesty when she got out. So what were you planning on? Where was she going to sleep? With the dogs?
Right. So fortunately and unfortunately, this worked out because that baby did not need to be in that. Miley Grace
Absolutely
is probably 38 and it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But she didn't need to be in that type of scenario at all.
And then she said...
And she sucked. And that's why she blew up because she's like, I'm stuck in this house.
Which, that's a depressing place to be during COVID. It's
Right.
depressing. So she says, I expected to come home to Disney World, and you had me come home to the county fair. And I wanted to be like, baby, it's not even. It's a supermarket. It's carnival. It's a parking lot carnival is what it is. And the Ferris wheel don't work. It keeps getting stuck.
Not even. It's the little carousel in front of Dollar Tree. Like you say, a quarter for. You know what I mean?
The ones
that
don't
may or
work
may
no
not
more.
work. Yeah. Like at this point, you just unplug it so you can charge your phone. You know what I mean?
They got it in front of Dizzy's Diner in Parksville.
Yeah. Doth protest too much. I'm talking about myself. Just like, fuck it. Just. Or like the horsey, just like this. Yeah, don't disrespect the county fair. There's food there. You would want to eat there. I would never want to eat anything in that house.
Literally
ever.
never.
I'm surprised there was no roaches. That we
yeah.
saw.
Yeah.
And here's why, because he kept saying that she was ungrateful and how she was reacting and all the good stuff. Here's why I'm never going to be on his side. Because ultimately, all the things that she's asking for are things that you would benefit from. A clean home.
Oh, that's not at all where I saw both sides. That was not at all where I saw both sides.
Oh, like
all.
a clean home. You can't promise people this stuff.
No, you can't.
You also cannot expect a child to live in that environment.
Absolutely not. What he should have done was properly communicate that
this leads me to believe that he doesn't have money. Like
I honestly think so, and I was actually wondering because I was like, all right, so if I moved from New York down south, I would be moving down south for a better quality of life, for a lower cost of living, right? That's what I would be going down there for. Like, I essentially have, I've priced houses in other places and seen that for the 2-bedroom apartment that we have here, we could have a 5-bedroom home, 3.5 baths, and a fully finished basement somewhere else. And I get that, that's just what it is. But he said he came from New York. I don't know where'd you come from? Did you come from Buffalo? Because
that's what
I'm not seeing anything indicative of I moved somewhere that has a lower cost of living so that I can have a better quality of life, unless you are just ass out lazy and have not done anything. But I did. When he picked her up in the truck, I said he might not. I feel like he led her to believe that he has more money than what he has. And if you felt like the items on her vision board that she gave you when you all were talking about home ideas, if you felt like some of those were a little lavish and a little unattainable and maybe found other methods in which to do them, then I could really be on your side. But that's why where I saw both sides is where he got irritated, and it wasn't because she complained about the house is dirty, because I was
it
like,
was how she
valid.
Did it.
It was how she did it, and she did complain, and he said it. She complained for 2 straight hours, and he was like, "Is there anything at all that you're happy with?" Now I would have been like, "No, nigga, because this house is trash," but there's a way to communicate things. And there needs to be some there's a problem with realistic expectations across this entire show.
Absolutely.
But that also comes from a lack of proper communication.
Exactly.
So
I'll give you there. I just think he lived in a shack, and he needs to either do something with it or it may be condemned, because
I just feel like he was being lazy, and he didn't, because all it takes is a screwdriver for you to put a vent back on an air duct, I'm sure.
Easily.
Like, nigga, there's no reason that shit needs to be hanging off. You can't sweep the floor. You didn't wipe the counters down. Like, you didn't do anything at all to prepare for this girl. You put a bed and a comforter set, and I'm sure the sheets were not washed fresh. Like, when a girl who just got out, she said she was like,
already know.
Oh, and, oh my God, I forgot about this part. When this nigga said, "This is better than the cage you just came from," I was like, oh!
Yeah. That's why, again, I don't feel. Attack him with your emotional irrationality. Like, no. Let this old nigga have it, because he's living in squalor. Not how dare you insult me by promising me the world and giving me nothing. And then you had the unmitigated gall to believe that my daughter is going to accept living in that space that you call a room. And had the nerve to give the Binion excuse, be like, "Oh, I did some stuff. Like, it's only going to take like a week."
You did nothing that mattered.
What's not clicking? You know what I mean?
But then you said I came out of a cage. And now we see exactly why, when he tried to comfort her, why she barked at him like a feral animal. Because
I'm gonna act like an animal now.
Yeah.
Hell.
She still had crazy ass.
She did.
Yeah, she
She did.
like
She also speaks in the black accent. But I feel like that's just, the standard issued voice for troubled girls.
yeah, it's Midwestern Indiana VE.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have two more.
Okay. You want to take a break? Another break?
Yeah, let's take another break.
Okay, we'll be back with the final two.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
And we're back. Lalu Extravaganza, darling.
Extravaganza.
Who we have left? We have Indigenous Charles Manson and Bubblegum Gutierrez. Let's go with Indigenous.
And we have Murphy Lee.
Damn!
It's everybody. I feel like it keeps growing. It's an extravaganza.
Then we're going to have to... So let's do Indigenous Charles Manson.
Yes.
First.
Yes. Let's do
Because
Native
that
Charles.
involves the federal government.
Woo!
So, Christiana Roseanne Barr, has been locked up in a halfway house. And so she hasn't had a chance to consummate her marriage with, her indigenous, serial killer looking husband. Mm-hmm. I don't even know his name, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. Native Charles. Yeah. That's what we call him.
Yeah. So she's on a rigorous job hunting schedule that they have her on.
Yes.
She also omitted some information that we found out later as to why they were so aggressive.
What was
that she had broke out of the ship before.
Oh no! She said that before.
Oh well,
She said
today.
several times. I have not completed a stay. I've not completed a parole because I keep leaving the halfway house or I'll relapse. And so,
but I didn't realize that I didn't put together that she would have escaped somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess I didn't think about it in that fashion, but I knew that she had never been able to successfully complete any of her paroles. So, when we say that they had her on a mad rigorous schedule,
Mama had to apply for 10 jobs daily. I didn't even know they had 10 jobs to apply to in Dubuquerque, Iowa.
Nigga, like, what do you do after 3 days? Like, what do you... So,
like, where y'all travel to the next state over?
She's not even allowed to get a tuna melt. Like, she's not even allowed to eat no lunch. They say job search all day, every day.
Yes. So,
you sleep, they sleep, we cry. Like,
yeah. So
very Rock Nation brunch.
They find ways to spend time together. So like they'll go to a diner, they'll have lunch, but she's also applying for jobs. Mm-hmm. So remember, she just visited her mother, and her mother was like, take care of yourself, stay out of trouble, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Her mother is very sickly. She has like she's on a breathing machine.
Yes, she's on an oxygen tank.
So they go to this diner situation in...
Yeah, the lunchbox.
Yeah. Yes, the lunchbox. And they sit down, they ask for a menu, and,
in all
Christiana
fairness,
she asked for, can I have a job application?
Now,
she did what she was supposed to do.
She did what she was supposed to do. It was at that moment... The door opens and we hear the little bells go off in the luncheonette. And Roseanne is sitting there, and all of a sudden we hear a voice go, "You're not supposed to be here. You're going to come with us now."
I was like, what the fuck?
I didn't know what
And
the
I
fuck.
thought it was production.
Right. I thought it was production. Like, immediately I thought it was production, and then I realized very quickly
Mama's
that
unsafe.
the way they were talking to her, I said, oh, production can't talk to them like that.
Yeah, no, it turned out it was the feds. The feds followed them in the car.
And this is another problem, and we see it, and obviously we know that law enforcement hates black people, and they are not on the side of us, and we have to continuously fight for the right of our lives. But it showed even further how disgusting the system was, because the way that these people talk to human beings,
like animals.
like, you should not be, I should be able to tell you, like, don't talk to me like that. But she was like, got an application. The first thing I asked for was an application. They were like, we saw them hand you the fucking menu. And I'm like, I wanted to be like,
and it was some old crotchety white lady.
It was some old bitch, some trunchbull ass bitch who was, being miserable and cussing at
and
her.
I felt
and just
so
being wild,
bad.
disrespectful. I did too. I was like, damn, what happens if this bitch has applied for 5 jobs and it's motherfucking 1 p.m. and she gets hungry? You mean to tell me she can't get a turkey sandwich? Like, you're not gonna let her get a roast beef plate? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you all? Right. So, I also, at the same time, while I was cussing law enforcement out, I was blaming that nigga. Because you've been so thirsty and so pressed from day one and have not given a fuck about this lady's well-being. Like, if you really, really loved this woman, and I'm not saying he doesn't, but if you were in your right mind and loved this woman, then you would do whatever it was to keep her on track, to make sure that she does not get in any trouble so that she can have a successful life.
Yeah.
You would not
exactly
be trying to
that.
help her find loopholes in the system on how to skate by when she already has a running track record of not being able to successfully complete her paroles.
And you know how this goes because you've been through it too.
Absolutely.
So why would you even subject her because you want to Oh, sorry, we got an email from our other job.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, like, you've been through this before. Like, why would you, like, one ex-convict to another, like, why would you put them through that just because you want to get your dick wet and you want to spend time with your wife? Like, no. And then when they picked her up, he up here, like, in distress.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, nigga, like, if you would... Right. If you knew how volatile the situation was, you could be like, babe, let me go pick up applications for you. And we can hang out in front of the... They can't do nothing about you hanging out in front of the thing.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
Not at all, because you are there to pick up an application. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really love this woman, because she said every night she's supposed to make a list of places that she wants to apply to the next day. So if you really love this woman, what you're going to do is you're not going to fucking try to rush her into a marriage as soon as she gets out of goddamn prison. You're going to help her by sitting with her on the phone every night. If you're not allowed to be at the halfway house or she's not allowed to be out of it, you're going to sit on the phone with her and you all are going to come up with a game plan together to help this woman have a life of success. And then after that, you're going to help her by giving her a ride to these places. And then when you all get hungry, you will drive through the fucking McDonald's or whatever to get something to eat so that people can see that you are on the mission that you're supposed to be. And therefore, people will then stop following her. But you did not help to set her up for success. And she also said the whole time she felt like somebody was following her.
Yeah.
You know when somebody's following. I remember this nigga was following.
Why does it feel like somebody's watching me?
So she has to go back to the halfway house, and this is when I felt really bad for her, because she was like, the system is fucked up and it's all about money. Like, this is not about rehabilitation. This is not about making sure that people get better. This is not about helping me with my drug addiction or making sure that I'm a productive member of society. This is about seeing how many times I fuck up so that they can get more money out of me.
It ain't about IQ. Some of these kids are making more than doctors and didn't finish high school. Teenagers are caught up in the system. And God forbid if you're front on them.
And they give her a ticket. And then he gets worried and says, well, this might be a trigger because she has a drug problem and this might cause her to relapse because it's high stress. And if she runs, she will get 8 years in prison.
Yeah. And that's super unfortunate. And I hope that she doesn't. It sounds like she doesn't because she's able to do confessionals.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah. So now she's back in the halfway house. She can't see her husband. So,
yeah.
We're definitely going to see them next season. I know that for a fact.
Yes.
Because there was no, like, closure with them. I feel like because of Corona, like, a lot of these stories are unfinished because... And so they needed to figure out a different shooting schedule because 8 episodes in the whole season, I don't buy it.
No.
Like, nah. Unless they're trying to make Life After Lockup a larger thing. But I will say this particular season, it has not been... Last season with them new people, when we met Glorietta and them, that was dry. This has been juicy. This season has been better. It's just been overtly sexual, and I wish they would leave us alone with that.
Oh, I know. I'm like, I don't need to hear all the ins and outs of your ins and outs.
Exactly. So that was the end of them.
Yes.
We don't know what's going to happen to them. I mean, clearly she's out because she's doing confessionals, but hopefully, they work it out. Because she seems to be into him for whatever reason. He seems to be really into her. They just need to figure it the fuck out.
Yeah, that's all.
We have 2 more, finally. God.
Nigga, are you sure?
Yeah. We have the juiciest ones of all. I want to finish with Quaylen and let's end with the blacks.
Okay. So let's go Bubblegum Tiaras and Orange is the New Black.
Yeah. I knew they were going to be the problem of the whole season, but I didn't expect it to turn out this way.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we definitely have to get new season because we don't know if Mama was dagging with the other girl
Nah,
from
she
the
wasn't.
furniture shop.
That furniture shop girl wasn't interested in that girl, but that doesn't mean
yeah.
there won't be somebody else up in the mix later on.
Right. So Destiny is still butthurt about, her card being declined at the Levitts or whatever, right?
Right.
So she's still holding on. He's like, I don't know what to tell you. I can't do nothing about this now. The bank is closed. She's like, well, call your bank. Get it. She's like, I don't have the number. I don't know any of that. Like, why was it declined? I don't know. There's money in it. I wouldn't have gave you money. Maybe you gave them the wrong pin. I don't know. But she's barking like, you promised me this. You promised me and yada, yada, yada. Okay, it was just one thing that got declined. She was clearly more embarrassed that her shit got declined in front of that lady.
Oh, yeah.
She was about to run off on the plug and trick her out.
Oh, no. She was definitely trying to go on a Red
She-
Lobster date.
right.
But
yeah, she was mad because she couldn't get pussy that night.
I find it's not
And
lost
by the way-
on me that you said she was barking at him because as I was watching this,
Does she look like Muttley?
she looks like one of those little
She looks like Muttley.
what's them little things? What's them little dogs called?
Pound puppies?
Yeah, like them little English bulldogs, the little bulldog family. She looked like a little bulldog.
Yeah.
French bulldog. That's what she looks like. A French bulldog. That's the one. So, and also while he was saying, I don't know what happened, he was lying.
Oh, yeah, because I know he got alerts.
Yeah, no, that nigga was lying. Like
Everybody in the world, like, everybody has an alert on their phone about their bank. Unless if
Absolutely.
you're super rich.
or they have an alert on their phone over a certain spending limit. And what we didn't know was that day we did know what the limit, quote unquote, that she asked for and he said he was going to give her. But yeah, that nigga was lying. He as soon as that text message came through and said a purchase of such and such at such and such, please verify yes or no if this is you.
Yes.
That nigga said no very swiftly.
Absolutely. Because, no. And so he keeps stuttering or whatever. And she's just like, yeah, I don't know. She's like, I don't know if, he really about it, if he really had this money, whatever. They get over it. She tries to go shopping again.
Mm-hmm.
She buys some things. And he's like, yo, can you chill?
Yeah.
And she's like, here you go again, trying to stifle me and my needs. You said you were going to take care of me. This is what I needed. Mind you, Mama went down to Vicky's secret.
Oh, baby.
and bought up all the
Baby.
pink, all the pink
She
products.
bought
Like
all
Mama's
the
in
pink
Valley.
products. She got all the bras, all the 5 for 20s. Excuse me. She bought everything. This bitch bought sneakers and drawers and candles and muumuus and just and then went gambling.
Yeah. And then went gambling.
Because
Mama got to have a life too.
Yeah, exactly.
Apparently.
Yes. So I will say this is now, whereas with Grandpa Simpson and Trashy Emma Roberts, that nigga was lazy. She did complain for 2 hours straight and didn't say anything positive, but that nigga was lazy and he was not honest about what he said he was going to do. In this particular case, Bubba Gumtierrez is stupid. And he has dipped all in the 401k like we talked about before, and all in the savings and all of these things. But the problem is you keep telling this girl, you keep giving her these things and not telling the full truth. And now she is spoiled. And she is not realistic at all with money. Like, she's not realistic in any way, shape, form, or fashion.
No. And this is the problem. He refused to mitigate the expectations, because that's what happens when you bail somebody out of prison and be on the hook for $50,000.
And when you say yes for everything, person. And instead of you, like, now you want to say chill, whereas before you should have just been like, listen, I want to set you up for success. Again, communication. I want to set you up for success. I know that we're going to have to spend a few $100s getting you some shoes and some clothes and kind of get you reacclimated. I know I'm going to have to get you a phone. I know there's some things that are going to have to be done. But also, like, we can't be out here spending all willy-nilly if we want to be able to eat and live comfortably on a day-to-day basis. But he has lied about everything under the sun. And so even though her expectations are wild and they make no sense whatsoever, this nigga didn't curb it early enough. He didn't tell her he had 6 kids to take care of. The house is nice. It's a nice home. She got groceries in the fridge. Like I'm saying, this bitch is living the best summer vacation dream ever.
Ever.
But you still have to curb it somewhere and tell her, like, listen, you can't work. You can't even have a bank account. I have to. So in order for us to continue this lifestyle, you can't go out spending $3,500 at a time. That's not how life works.
Right.
But he's a liar.
And then he said some wild shit, though, when he tried to placate. He was like, maybe you're replacing your addiction to heroin with this addiction to spending.
He gaslights on several occasions, because he gaslighted before that. Gaslit.
I will say
there was validity.
She might have a financial issue there. I just don't think I don't think it has anything to do with her replacing one addiction.
I don't think so either.
It just might be a completely different issue that she has.
I think the issue is that she has been in prison and does not have realistic expectations.
I think she has issues with money. Just because I work with people who have this issue, who have just come out of a situation, and they need like some money management stuff there because of the money is the drug and the high, or they're addicted to spending and stuff like that. Well, yes, like you need to mitigate.
Do you think though that she's addicted to spending, or that she literally just got out of prison and this nigga was spending tons of money on her and promised her the world, and now she don't have no concept of reality? Like, I don't know if I'm
because of that. Well, no, because remember what she's locked up for. She's been locked up for money, for checks. So she has an issue with money.
See, I associated
money
that
is
with her drug issue.
No, money is a thing for her. Yes, it may, but then she could have got a drug charge. And all of her main charges are money.
That's
and
true.
Like massive amounts of money. Yeah, heroin costs a lot of money, but like there'd be other ways to get it.
Okay, fair enough.
And I just feel like there's something that she has an issue with the money. Maybe growing up, I don't want to do like a psychosocial on her, but based on what my experience with other people who have issues who spend like this, and they have I don't want to say that it's replacing the addiction. It may be. I just don't see it in this case. And when him by doing that is super gaslighting.
Well, he was gaslighting at another occasion when he says to her, he's like, yeah, because we were both talking to other people, and she's like, wait, what? Now, granted, there are many things she hasn't told this nigga, and she's still trying to carry on side relationships, but that's another point. He gaslights her because he says that, and then she's like, you never told me that. And he was like, yes, I did. I told you that. This is not the first time he's done that to her.
No.
He has a problem.
Absolutely. He has a passing acquaintance with the truth.
Yeah, he has a huge gaslighting issue. And so, then, they're at the house and they're fussing about the money, and she's going on and on and on about how she doesn't want to hear it. And I'm like, bitch, you are in danger. You are in danger, girl. And then him and Big Homie go riding around and getting it.
I'm riding around, I'm getting it. I'm riding around, I'm getting it. I'm riding around, I'm getting it. It's mine, I spend it. I'm riding around, I'm getting it. I'm riding around, I'm getting it. I'm riding.
Yeah.
And they go.
Hector, our king.
They go to the Jared's Jewelers.
Yeah, they do. Hector the whole time is like, oh God, this nigga's so dumb.
He's like, this is stupid. He starts off by saying, my wife thinks Destiny is wild.
Mm.
And Bubblegump is like, yeah, she is, but opposites attract. And let me tell you something. Big Homie was giving me many chuckles this episode because he was like, yeah, in songs, in real life, no.
Yeah. He's like he is in utter disbelief, like, we at a ring shop, you really about to buy a ring for this girl? Like, for real?
Nigga,
like, nah,
what's wrong with you?
Nah.
So,
no
in his confessional, Bubblegump is like, I love her and I'm going to marry her and I don't care what nobody thinks about it. And then, pan back to Big Homie and he's like, it's entirely too early. And he thinks it's crazy for him to be buying her a ring. He's like, you need to do this when she earns it. Like, y'all need to put some time into this relationship. You need to get to know her. Like,
just what D-Mac said, or D-Mark said.
We will get to D-Mark. And shout out to you, listener, because we will get to you as well. So,
being hot in the pants, I found his Instagram.
Okay, all right, okay, girl, we're gonna get to you.
Thank you, though, because I appreciated it.
So, this is also where Big Homie is throwing shade because he's like, Bubblegum Tiaras is like, she likes rose gold and, no white gold, no yellow gold. She doesn't want any of that. And he's like, well, she used to steal and iron.
Yeah.
I cried.
I hollered.
I screamed.
Hector don't see it for this lady at all.
Not at all.
Actually, it's not the fact that he don't see it for her. He just don't see it for him being into her.
Nah, he's scared for his friend and he thinks it's stupid. And then he also met her and they got the red flags when they met her. So it was what it was. And so we see that he picks out a ring for her and it's $2,000. He spends $2,000 on the ring. He picks the first one that he sees, and then Big Homie asks him, okay, so how much have you spent on her total? And he goes, well, now after buying this, close to $50,000.
Dog, you have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 children.
This is where I appreciated Big Homie. I've appreciated Big Homie the whole time, but I really appreciated Hector because... this is where we talk about how you need to hold your niggas accountable when they doing fuck nigga shit and how there's not enough men doing that. Hector said, oh, let me prove you wrong real quick. He goes, what happened? What about Kelly? Because this lady has given you 6 kids.
Over the last 22 years.
He's like, don't you think she deserves a ring? Now, can I just say that I actually hate the term deserves a ring, but...
Yeah, I hate that.
I don't like that term at all.
Yeah, that's some patriarchy. Like, and you'll find some shit like that in what's the show we about to watch? Married to Millions, where you're gonna be like, this patriarchy shit is whack.
Yeah. I'm like, deserves a ring, But, he's like, so Bubba Gutierrez admits, he's like, well, she's not happy with any of this, and she's going to be pissed when she finds out about this ring. I mean, hello. He also admits that he calls Kelly his ex-wife because of the fact that she has bore him 6 children and they have a history of 20 years together. And so he does call her that, which, what? Like, that's the bit of respect you give her? Okay. But, he says she's pissed about it. And she basically said, I'm not going to be able to see the kids and all this and that. And Hector's like, so you still about to sit up here and buy this ring and risk it all? Mm-hmm. That's what you're going to do? And, he's like, I don't think it's going to go that far. I think she's just talking.
I got to be honest. Does he get a check?
You see what
like
I call
a monthly
him.
check?
You see
like
what
a
I
monthly
call
check?
him.
Because it's like...
There's something blank and void there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be that fucked up of a human being, but not have, like, the evilness behind it. Because he doesn't give evil behind it. He just does fucked up shit, but doesn't have, like, the understands the impact of his actions.
Yeah.
It's very much like, there's something there. Because I'm like,
So, now we are going in on him, and he deserves everything we are giving him. Okay, so
absolutely. Any person that doesn't take care of their kids, I'll call them the R word. I don't care.
everything but a child of God. Okay, but let's put him on pause for a second because Destiny is no, she's no angel, baby.
First of all, her and her cooking stressed me out.
We got more prison cuisine. Okay, she didn't go into the specifics of how she made the burritos, but she let us know Mama does not get down in the chow hall because she is a culinary queen. Okay, and then the producers asked her how she got drunk in prison. And I fully expected her to give us the 7th hooch recipe that we've had on this show. But she does not give us a hooch recipe.
I knew she was going to say this, too. I knew she was going to say that. You know why?
This bitch said she drinks hand sanitizer and Kool-Aid.
Oh, yeah. I knew that because I had former clients when I was doing that kind of work who got drunk in... we had hand sanitizer stations, and they used to drink the hand sanitizer in it. Yeah. Yeah. They would do that, or they would drink some of the, if they couldn't afford it. Remember that drive, that like toiletry drive I did with Kia years ago?
Yeah.
Like, so we got a lot of Listerine and stuff because, oral care is really rough in like the, homeless and mental health community or whatever.
Yeah.
Some of them would take the Listerine and drink it because of the alcohol content.
I mean...
So like,
all the
it's
newest hand sanitizer smells like cheap tequila because it has ethanol in it. And ethanol is in cheap liquor, and it's also in gasoline, and it's in
Majorska. I'm telling you,
it's in hand sanitizer. And this bitch said she mixes Kool-Aid and hand sanitizer, and that's how she would get drunk.
All that is Georgie. All that is Georgie and Kool-Aid.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's just it's Mad Dog, is what it is. It's Mad Dog, Boone's Farm.
Don't do that. Boone's Farm is tasty.
Yeah, they sell that in CVS, friend.
Yeah. I'm not drinking that now. I am almost 40. Okay, right. I'm just saying, in general.
Yeah, no. I think it's the nostalgia of it that you're remembering.
I could taste the fuzzy navel right now, actually.
I'm telling you, something about nostalgia will change things because I tried to go back and drink a Baja Blast Mountain Dew, and let me explain to you, it does not hit like it did 20 years ago.
Really?
Oh, bro. And I don't think they changed the formula. I think my formula changed. Because think about it. Think about like your parents eating a honey bun or eating or whatever, and they'd be like, "Whoa, this thing is sweet."
Me all the time. I be adding juice. I be adding water to juice. I bought a whole bunch of
Hello?
juice the other day.
Like
I
a
had to add
baby.
water. You see, that's why I got this.
Your Benzito ass water cooler.
My Benzito water cooler. I'm gonna take a picture to show everybody. My Benzito water cooler.
Nigga, I'm telling you, me and Santana went to Taco Bell one day on some nostalgic shit. And while the Mexican pizza's still hitting away, I was like, ooh, I haven't had a Baja Blast in 20 years. I'm about to get me a Baja Blast. Nigga, I got that Baja Blast. I said, you can taste the chemicals. It was awful. It was terrible.
Yeah, I could taste the red dye.
I say all that to say that I think that your hand sanitizer and Kool-Aid that you used to drink does not taste as good as it once upon a time did. So she also admits to us that she has not admitted to Bubba Gump that while she did have a heroin problem in the past, and that is her drug of preference, the last time that she did said drug was just 3 months ago.
Mm-hmm. In prison.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, I mean, shit happens.
Yeah, things happen. So, she wants to go swimming because, again, they're living a very disturbed life. He's playing daddy, and she asked him to blow up her pool toy. Can you blow up my floaties? And he's out there like the father that he's supposed to be, blowing up her floaty. And baby mom's calls. Now, this woman has every right to be bitter because this nigga doesn't take care of his kids. I am still trying to figure out. I really do feel like her bitterness is mixed in between the justifiable, you don't take care of your kids and you taking care of this bitch. But I really and also we learned from him and his constant communication with her that this woman is very hurt because
she's hella hurt, dog.
She still wants to be with him. And he has made her believe on several occasions up until a year ago that
I don't know why.
I mean,
we just need. She gets very much like Tara from Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah, I can see that Tara.
It's
energy.
like they know better, but they don't do better.
Yeah. So you like want to feel bad for them, but it's a very fool me twice type situation. Like
you got fooled 5 other times. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you can be mad that. You can be
mad that he don't take care of his kids.
Like, you are all the way.
You can't be mad that he don't want to marry.
You don't, girl.
You can't be mad. He don't want to be with you. Let him not be with you, girl. He has made it abundantly clear.
Pray for gratitude.
Loosed yourself.
That's it, baby. Woman, thou art too.
Yeah. Loosed yourself, my queen.
So he's out there blowing up the floaties, and baby mom's calls him, and she's mad about it, and she's asking passive aggressive questions. So how's it going? Don't ask how's it going. Like, don't ask about shit about your kids, which you did last time with the video games. But don't ask how the relationship is going when you're not happy with the relationship, because what you're doing, you're feeding things and you're feeding things that are not healthy for you. You're not serving yourself, queen.
She's trying to figure out if it's real or not, so she can figure out a way to is this her closure or whatever.
Right.
But I feel like Kelly is like Sarah in a sense, like, oh yeah, we're not together, but I'm still the mother of his kids, so therefore I take priority over everything.
Very much
my
that
pussy
energy.
is still top drawer.
Yeah,
yours is the bottom. You're the new bitch.
Yeah,
and it's just like no.
I can't even lie. Fuck better when I'm drinking.
Yeah,
all of
that's
that.
not how it works.
Yeah,
that ain't how it
right.
works, niece. Like, it's not.
So they're on the phone, and she's asking him passive aggressively how his relationship is going. He answers her truthfully for once, and it's clear that Destiny is listening, because she storms out and she tells him to get her a plane ticket. She's going home. She's leaving in Fuck him.
This time tomorrow, where will we be?
Yeah. Her rationale is like, she ain't called about the kids.
Mm-hmm.
She called to talk to you and talk shit about me in the process.
Again,
and you have no reason to discuss anything with her outside of a baby need formula or a baby need some shoes.
Yeah, but she also be saying stuff like, I told you don't talk to her. And I'm like,
Relax on that.
He has to.
She needs to she needs to chill on that and re-examine her insecurities and stuff
She
like that.
really does, because she went from 0 to 100, nigga, real quick.
But then it's like she know,
but yeah,
she know he don't take care of his kids,
right?
So it's like,
I know it's so many points were made. I know. It's like both of you niggas are wrong, and points were made. Like,
yeah.
It's a lot of that. So she says she don't want to be with him, and you know, he's like, I have to go to work, and I don't want to end on this note. Like, this is not what I want. And she's like, fuck you. And he's like, all right, we'll talk about it later. And he goes to get in his truck. And
she assaults him.
Pugsley runs up. She does. She assaults him. Like, she assaulted him. She laid hands on him. And we don't need to be laying hands on nobody. Everybody needs to keep their hands off each other.
It didn't even need to escalate to that point. Like, yeah, you can curse each other out, that's fine. But mama came out of nowhere.
Because that nigga did walk away. It's the only time I could ever defend him in this entire show. And he did walk away and say, we'll talk about it later. And she ran up.
Yeah.
She jumped him.
Yeah, she did.
And so that's where it ended. And we're going to see what happens from there.
Yeah. You want to take one more break and we'll finish up?
Yeah. Hopefully y'all put the ad in the right place. Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
And we're back. We're at the line. We're at the final stretch.
Woo, nigga! When I tell you, we've been running the long distance.
Yeah, and excuse the energy level. Like, we had a long day because we had a bunch of meetings this morning for the show.
Yeah,
and then it was literally 3 Zoom calls, and then we had to do this, and we're still catching up because we both hadn't talked to each other for the last couple days because Jada was upstate on vacation, and I was here, passed out.
Which we have a fun episode based on that next week.
Yeah. So, you know, things, but we wanted to continue on, and thank you for listening if you made it this far.
Yes.
So,
if you have made it this far, then I want you to tweet XD a picture of Chevelle's braid wig. Thank you.
So
she gives me big Megan energy in those confessionals.
Yeah. So last but not least, Shovel and Teeny Barrino.
Murphy Lee.
Yeah.
So it opens up with them at the house party.
Yeah, at the house party, which looked like a gender reveal.
Mm-hmm. It sure did.
Because they can't. No, never mind.
They was getting ready.
They can't in here.
They was getting ready to do the unboxing, and they was gonna have colorful styrofoam bubbles.
Yeah. So remember last episode, D-Mark went off on D-Mark, our king, went off on Shovel for buying that nigga a car.
Mm-hmm.
And little did we know that nigga don't even have his license.
Oh my God. Okay, so rewind. Because D-Mark has not met Murphy Lee yet, and the mothers have not met yet.
Ooh, man.
So, you know, everybody's embracing and everybody's meeting, and you know,
It's a family reunion.
Okay. We are a family, like a giant tree that's been hit
that song
by
is
a
so
lightning storm. So, so Quaylen is very, very happy. You know what I'm saying? Despite, tension and new introductions and all of those things, he's quite pleased because, this is the first shindig he's been to because he's been in prison for the last 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, they get there and everybody's meeting. She's like, oh, this is quite, the families is coming together, all of that, blah, 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 blah. We're going to pour sand and we're going to mesh everybody as one. And then she makes niggas follow her outside. And they follow her outside, and that's when she presents him with the 2006 F-150. And, no shade.
Like a rock.
Oh,
like a rock. Yeah.
Napa know how. So he surprises her with the pickup truck or whatever, and it seems like everybody got their version of similar sentiments. So, that's when we find out what XD said. He goes, yo, I got a car before I got a license. Skirt.
I said, everybody calm the fuck down. So you mean to tell me, you spent all your LPN money that you earned as a phlebotomist?
I mean, literally all of your radiology assistant ducats.
Yep. Mm-hmm. X-ray tech.
The bitch, that was half of a down payment on a house and where you was at.
Yes.
Okay.
And which is why her mother's...
we'll get there. You could have entered the first time homebuyers program, but we're about to get that in a second. So I will say I died laughing. First screamable moment. My nigga got in the truck and he was sitting there. He rolls the window down. Now he does not talk to Shovel first. He said, "Mama, what I look like? You look like a grown man in that truck, boy."
Yeah.
I died.
Where the coddling began.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. I said, whew, it's right there.
Yeah.
D-Mark ain't having it.
Whoo, no. Daddy has been fuming the whole time. They needed to give him a real confessional. Give him the green screen.
Oh, absolutely. Give him a stool to sit down at. D-Mark deserves a confessional.
Stool.
Y'all need to stop talking to him underneath the rain gutters because he deserves for us to get the full. So, he basically, now, D-Mark's not having it. Now this is where, let's address, listener. We have a beautiful listener who has been on a witch hunt for D-Mark's social media.
Yeah, shout out to all the listeners who found D-Mark's social media and Dylan's.
Dylan's as well. We saw his, but she has specifically been on the hunt for D-Mark's social media because I think mommy wants to shoot shots. And we say, sis, shoot shots. Play horse. Mm-hmm. So... D-Mark's not having it. He's not being completely fair. Neither side is being fair to the other person. It's a lot of extremes. It's a lot of accusations. And while I understand that everybody is trying to defend their family member, you all are not going about it in the right way because it's very accusatory. There's not many questions being asked. It's just like, well, I think this is this person's intentions. And that's what it is. So D-Mark basically accuses Quaylen of being a politician, and says it's a matter of time before he fucks up. Pan over to the mamas.
The meeting of the minds.
It was a meeting in the ladies' room.
And when I tell you, Quaylen's family is... high-key delusional.
Oh, baby.
Kaya delusional.
The concerns that Deb Atney has are completely
All
understandable.
valid and justified.
You know what I'm saying? Because again, she has said my daughter is a sucker for love, and she's a sucker for things that she wants. And
they all have said that. Everybody in her family has said that.
every single D-Mark has said it. Mama Deb Atney has said it. I mean, even little
Maila Capri
has said it. All of them. Everybody has said it. And so, the mama sit down on the couch, and it's real black auntie passive aggressive. But
it's Deb Atney and like Mrs. Winslow.
Yeah. And so basically, they agree initially that they don't like the fact that Shovel bought Murphy Lee a car.
Right. I don't like that shit either. I agree.
Nobody likes it. But then Sonia comes out her neck and says that she bought him a car because she's bribing him for marriage. That's when Mama goes, now hold on now. Now, yes, we both agreed that she did not need to be buying him this vehicle. But who's to say he's not using her? He's the one who got a car out of this situation.
With no fucking license.
Nigga with no
Who's
fucking
being used now?
And Mama makes a valid point. She goes, she could be buying a home. She has a child.
Exactly.
She could be doing many things, but she bought this nigga a car.
And if your son was the nigga you raised him to be like you say you did, he would not accept the car and say, bae, let's get a house instead because we got some shit to move. We got moves to make, and we can't do this with an unnecessary debt and us living in your mama's crib.
And this speaks to, we'll get to that. We will get to that in a second. So, then Deb Atney says, my mom vibes are going off. And, I think he's using her. I really, really do. My mom vibes are going off.
That they're using each other, and it's just like, nah.
Then Sonia comes back with her. Well, my mom vibes are going off, and she's using him. And then they both do the black lady. Well, it is what it is, and they part ways.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah. So then Shovel goes to meet with Big Frida's sister.
Yeah.
Who is just as delusional as their mother.
Yeah.
And
she's delusional, but I'm going to say this, and it speaks to the point that you just made, because you just said that if somebody had the good sense and the maturity to understand that the person that they're in love with has a child, and that, again, our lives need to be set up for success, then they would make reasonable and rational suggestions for how they should live their life, right? Mm-hmm. This is where, Brandy was very delusional, but she also made a valid point. Now I don't like her tone. I don't like her tone. I don't like her tone at all. I don't like this this is your responsibility, kind of, if something happens to him, this falls on you. I don't like that. But what she said that kind of falls in line with what you said is that he is a grown man, yes, by age. But mentally, he was 17 years old when he got in. And the problem and the pattern we have seen throughout this entire show is that these people do not allow their partners to reacclimate to society. They be so pressed and so thirsty to build these lives together that they don't think about that process. And so she was like 17 years old is when he went in, and he's been in prison for 12 years.
Yeah.
So he doesn't even have the maturity or the rationale to say, hey, you have a kid. We need a home. We need a this. We need a that. Because, again, he went into prison at 17. So, of course, if somebody shows up with a free car for him, he going to be like, what? I got me a car. Look at me, mama. Look at me. I'm finna drive to prom. Like.
No, I don't disagree with you. I do think there's a level of growth stunting when you're in a predicament such as that.
Yeah.
But I also believe that people aren't as here's the problem. Like, yeah, I understand people don't allow them to grow or like to adjust to the after prison, but then I'm also like, this is why I never feel bad for the other people who get played by the prisoners.
Yeah,
because I'm like,
there's also
this is what you get. Where I'm like, yes, yeah, he doesn't time to grow, but you also as a person, because Shovel said that too. Like at some point, yeah. At some point, you got to grow up.
Yeah,
some shit's got to click. Some shit you'll learn in prison some lessons that are invaluable that I will never get. Probably hope to God that I won't, because I won't ever be in prison. Hope to God, you know what I mean? But like, I think with them. Particularly, especially the sister and their delusion is like they're so fearful of him losing his life that they're refusing to see how disrespectful they are in the process of keeping him safe.
Yes,
because you're basically saying that first of all he shouldn't be taken care of by nobody. Period. But you're saying that Mama is incapable of taking care of him.
You're also saying that because this nigga got shot before and all of that. You're also saying that if something happens to him, this falls on you, and that's not fair.
And you're assuming a lot because I thought he was still living at home with y'all when he got locked up. So what makes you think that him going to Houston and you being under your care, quote unquote, is going to protect him? Because sadly, the way recidivism works has nothing to do with like trouble's gonna happen regardless.
It's gonna happen anywhere, anyhow.
So
anytime.
like, so they're gonna have to let go of that fear, but also they're gonna have to let go of this irrational, disrespectful notion that their brother and son is using a single mother of one.
And bitch, what you not gonna do is threaten me.
Or they think a single mother of one is using him. Excuse me.
You're not gonna threaten me.
Right.
And you're not going to threaten me in my mama's kitchen. Like, you're not going to tell me you're going to kill for your brother in some insinuating ass tone. Because, bitch, I will smack you over the face with a fucking cast iron. Please.
Right. They carried a lot in her mama's apartment. And I was about to say, I thought y'all was all this respectability and being raised right and stuff like that. But y'all had the nerve and the audacity to come up here and say some shit like that. Especially to the owner of the house.
Right, like, you wildin'. This another black woman. It's the owner of the house. It's a single mother out here. Like, y'all niggas are not giving her no kind of grace whatsoever. And while, yes, mama's being stupid as fuck, you're not handling this right. Now, on the other side of things, D-Mark says that all she sees is sparkles and bubbles and glitter and shit. And she's not seeing reality. And he is essentially doing the same thing to Quaylen, and it's not fair. Where he is telling him, because Quaylen goes, "Well, what you trying to say?" Because D-Mark is like, you come home and she got all these things for you. That nigga said, he goes, "Welcome home."
Yeah. You got the ill welcome package, nigga.
He was like, "You got Cardi," and then he was like, "What you been doing?" He's like, "She got a kid." And D-Mark, points were made again. Points were made. It was the tone. He's like, "She got a kid," because D-Mark turns up, and he's like, "Yeah, nigga," and I've been showing her that I love her kid. I've been sending her cards and teddy bears and shit. And he's like, "Nigga, cards and teddy bears don't do shit."
Yeah. Here's the thing with that whole scene with D-Mark and Quaylen. There's always going to be... D-Mark has been to prison before. You can tell.
Oh, baby.
You can tell. Because there's way too much... He was speaking from experience, not from what he assumes.
He's either been to
prison... He's either been to prison... Before. Exactly. That's exactly what I was about to say. And so he knows the game. He knows the game. And I get it, there's exceptions to every rule because Quaylen doesn't give me the type to play her, but I also don't think he does not have the capacity to play her either. Because remember, he's still like inconclusive with his like where he want to live, if he want to marry her or not.
And D-Mark, and again, points were made because he says, "Nigga, you know, cards and teddy bears don't do shit. Like, what are you gonna do when reality sets in and y'all are not eating gender reveal cake and you know you're not being surprised with an F-150 for your super sweet 16? Like, what are you gonna do when reality sets in and you got to be a daddy and a husband and all these things?"
I wish the real world would just stop hassling me.
And granted, he didn't say it in a way that was like that could be
digestible,
well received.
Yes,
but he made points, and Quaylen's like, you know, D-Mark trying to round me up and throw me off my square.
Say it again.
He trying to round me up and throw me off my square. I screamed.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, that is prison lingo.
Baby, prison lingo. Prison. So, D-Mark said he gives Quaylen 6 months before he dips, and he said that's reaching because he really gives him 3.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, and I'd be feeling bad for Quaylen, but then again, points be made. He'd be like, you know, me transitioning from prison has been an adjustment, and you know, he's saying he loves Shovel and that he
love her, but he not like ready for that. Like,
nah,
he not ready for that. And I don't even think he's like into other women. I just think he's just not. It's just a lot of responsibility at once.
I think it's exactly what his sister said. Mm-hmm. And the only valid point that she made, where she said he was 17. You know, there might be a bit of arrested development there. That's all I'm saying.
Yes. So,
woo! That
was the end. How it wrapped up was like, we don't know how it ends because again, they call it a season finale, but it was literally a mid-season.
Let me go to WeTV and see if they're giving us a return date. Love After Lockup comes back. WeTV. Oh, I thought that was Umar Johnson, but it was Willie from Day 26. Well, we'll find out. I feel like it's going to come back this year.
Me too.
I feel like it's going to
They're navigating what Corona content looks like.
Yeah.
So, we'll see what happens.
And that's that on that.
Yeah. It was a super long episode this week, guys, but thank you for sticking around.
Yes, again, if you stuck around, send a picture of Shovel's braid wig to XD or a Sonia Norwood original.
Oh, God.
We have some fun stuff planned for you all next week. Very magical. And all that
Mexico.
And we should be back up on our rest. Ain't no holiday weekends and things next week, so we're gonna be back with more energy.
Yes, we will definitely see you all next week. Bye.